Yo, what is up, you guys? Welcome back to another CBM talk. I'm DeAndre.
I'm Javante.
This is Dre and Jay here today, joining us for another time. Alec and Kenneth in the studio, Sour Kids Production Studios. Here to talk about the latest news in comic book films and just, nerd stuff that we love discussing. So latest news, we got Superman Legacy with the latest castings there. We'll talk about the Marvels, both as far as review, because me and Javante never actually did a review for it. So I guess this will be our opportunity to talk about the movie here. Talk about the box office numbers behind the movie as well. Dave Filoni, getting a promotion. Pedro Pascal as Reed Richards, ? And then, we have a fun little segment at the end, fun little debate that we'll show later. So yeah, I guess right now let's talk about the Marvels. What are your guys'
Start off
thoughts
hot,
on it?
huh?
Yeah.
We're right into the war zone here.
I'll say right away. No, I'm gonna say right away. I really enjoyed the film. I thought the film was really fun. I went to it not really expecting much because Captain Marvel, the first one, I wasn't really crazy about. I thought it was okay, but I really liked Miss Marvel, the show. I really like Monica Rambeau, so seeing them, I was like, okay, I think I'm gonna enjoy this.
Mm-hmm.
And I think Kamala Khan really brought a nice youth and fun to the character of Brie Larson, her Captain Marvel. I think she felt more down to earth, very much more human-like. And I enjoyed it. I think that there was some goofy stuff, like the whole singing planet and stuff like that, but it was fun. I had a great time. The villain, I understood her motive. I think she was a solid villain. Definitely a one-off, but like she was solid. She was okay. I wasn't like, oh, that's the worst villain ever. But overall, I think the film was fun. I enjoyed it. I had some good laughs. Definitely not something I need to see again. Kind of already seen it once. I'm good. But I think Marvel still has a bright future with a lot of other projects. But it was a fun film, I'll say.
Wait, it's not rewatchable?
No, it's rewatch. I don't think I'll go to the movie theater and see it again. If it was on Disney Plus, maybe I'll put it on again. But I also would say before you try to take that, go somewhere with that. I don't watch. I know the fuck you trying. That's what you trying to build up on. Nice try.
You're ready.
I did it come with heat. The first Captain Marvel, I do not rewatch like that. I'm not really into the first Captain Marvel. So the character as a whole, I'm not really for me like that.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what I would say. Same thing with Guardians. The new Guardians, I think it's a great movie, but I won't rewatch it because I just don't want to. It's just kind of sad to me. I won't rewatch the new Guardians. I haven't rewatched it since it came out, but I do like the film. So I can respect the film without rewatching it. There's certain things I'll rewatch multiple times, but like the Captain Marvel's movies, both of them, or at least the first one special, I haven't rewatched that one like that either heavy. But with time, you never know. Things might change with this one. I don't know. I did enjoy it though.
Yeah, I mean, it's a fun movie. Like, I think definitely, I think we kind of would agree probably the best phase 4/5 movies that have come out will probably be Shang-Chi, Spider-Man, and then Guardians, right?
Mhm.
Now, those are the best three, I think, for a lot of people.
Yeah.
And then everything else is like bad. Captain Marvel's like, or the Marvels, I mean, it's right there in the middle. Like, it's not the best thing that they put out, but it's by far better than the worst things they've done. So it was a fun movie. Like Javante said, I feel like with Carol, you kind of understand her side more of things, why she was gone for so long, having to fight for other planets and worlds, and the regrets she had with Monica and her mother not being there and all that kind of stuff. And like Javante said, I think Kamala Khan was by far the best thing about this movie.
Which I expected to be going into. I expected. I really liked her.
The one thing I'll say is
her energy. Yeah.
The one thing I'll say is Secret Invasion was like by far the biggest flop because that movie you could have not done the show and then it wouldn't have mattered. I feel like because Secret Invasion was wasted.
See, and I'm gonna get to that.
I'm kind of a little upset because the Skrulls were kind of just like literally like in the back seat.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
So
yeah. To add on to what y'all saying, it's a solid film.
The Flurkins were fun too, right? The Flurkins were grabbing everybody.
Yeah, the Flurkins was fun. No, it was a solid film. I definitely don't think it should deserve the hate that it's getting. It's definitely it's better than first Captain Marvel to me. I enjoyed it a lot more. The villain,
I could live without the villain.
I wish there was more to her as far as like why they chose her to be, the one that's wielding the accuser's helmet. Why she is the one that's, initiating this. Why does she have this strong following amongst her people? Like stuff like that felt like I was missing out. But at the same time, I didn't need like a great villain, especially because you're trying to balance the spotlight on, Brie Larson's Captain Marvel, Monica Rambeau, Miss Marvel, Kamala. So, when you're trying to balance and give all three of those like a shining light, you don't want to have a great villain to take away from that. I will say the action scenes were pretty dope. I liked the first one, especially when they were first like switching.
Mhm.
I thought that was really cool. Samuel L. Jackson as Nick Fury, I feel like he kind of has more freedom in what he's saying and what he's doing in these films now, because he's definitely just acting like Samuel L. Jackson. Unhinged, but it's pretty funny. It's pretty funny to watch and see. I will say, the Secret Invasion part.
Yeah, wasted.
Because now I'm about to rip into Secret Invasion.
Deservingly so.
Well, because regardless if Secret Invasion takes place before or after your Captain Marvel, the whole claim with Secret Invasion was that
it was gonna lead up into it.
Well, that too, but also like you had the Skrulls over here talking about, oh, we have nowhere to go. Like you've never found us a home. Yet in in the Marvels, there's literally a whole fucking planet filled with Skrulls. Like. Make that make sense. And then when the planet gets destroyed, oh, we have a place for you. Hey, Valkyrie, come take them to Asgard or New Asgard or whatever. Really? Why were these Skrulls so damn bitter in Secret Invasion then if there was places for them to go?
Well, I'm not trying to finish. What I'll say was the thing I think of like with Secret Invasion. No, I'm trying to fit anything.
Secret Invasion, yeah.
I'm just talking. I can't even talk with y'all. What can I do, bro? You go to all black. I'm just trying to talk, bro. Have a conversation with y'all. No, what I was saying was though, the big thing about Secret Invasion was that what's his name of the villain?
Gravik.
Gravik did not want to be. He didn't want to just be on the plane. He wanted to take over the plane. He wanted their own world. So his motivation was not the same motivation as the rest of the Skrulls. When you really think about it, like a lot of Skrulls just followed his lead in what he wanted because he was so powerful. Think about it, when they went against him, he killed him. So I think Gravik never wanted he had their own little section right there. He didn't want a section where we live amongst y'all. It was more for him we want the whole planet. We're gonna make y'all destroy each other.
No, but he did have this resentment towards Fury because Fury was never able to find them a home.
Also, but when Fury was trying to find him a home, that was before Valkyrie was even doing her thing.
No, but I'm talking about what about the Skrull planet that was in Captain Marvel that got destroyed?
The colony or
the colony, yeah. No, that's true. That's true.
And also, at the end of Secret Invasion, didn't they kind of agree to annihilate all the Skrulls? Didn't they? Didn't Nick Fury and the government kind of go hey, so we're gonna kill all these Skrulls, right?
The fear of it, yeah. The fear,
yeah, because the president wanted to kill off all the Skrulls.
Yeah.
And people started killing random people.
They sent them back to Earth. It's it's kind of counterintuitive, is it not?
No, for sure. I that's why. But I did say I agree. I think that I feel like Marvel now has a better idea of how hey, we gotta make sure our shit's cohesive and everything fits within a story.
But I feel
like they slacked off with that the last couple to try to figure out the whole space and the Earth. So I think they felt like they kind of messed up around that time period.
Well, see, this is also another thing because with Captain Marvel, you introduce Gaia, who now has is OP because she got every fucking body's power. Mm-hmm. So you have a Skrull planet that's about to be destroyed. Gaia ain't called up to help out, and then also at the very end you have Dar-Benn trying to take the damn sun. Gaia ain't being called to help out with an important mission like that. When it comes to the sun being destroyed, I'm not calling Gaia our greatest weapon at this point.
We can give most of these
Do we know this movie's actually taking place after? Do we know that for a time?
Yeah, well, yeah, because Secret Invasion leads up right to.
Do we know that?
Yeah, it does.
Okay,
that's confirmed. That Secret Invasion leads right up into the Marvels.
And what happened to Marvel? That was supposed to be cohesive.
No, I did. No, I've been said Marvel has some bad flows in the past couple this whole phase, which is why I said Echo has me excited because they're actually trying to do things in the whole MCU spotlight, which is more about we're gonna talk about this character, but we're not trying to make this connect to anything else we have going on, which I'm all for. Cause I think some of this shit don't need to be connected all the time. We're getting our reboot though pretty soon. We'll talk about that later though. But as far as the Marvels, I enjoyed the movie for what it was. There is flaws with the cohesion, which I agree with. But as far as for a film, I feel I think there's a lot of people, especially people that are Marvel fans or new Marvel fans that just came around when Infinity War, when Phase 3 kicked in, where it was already okay, everything's established. I'm just here for the ride now. I'm getting to Infinity War. I think there's a lot of people that came at that time and now it's either hit or bust. And I don't think that's fair to Marvel that everything has to be either amazing or bad. It can't be middle ground because not everything's gonna be a fucking hit, especially with characters that aren't as known to the main media. I think it's okay if this film, I think that it's good that this film was still a good film. Even though it may not have been great, we want every film to be great. But the fact that it's still a good film, I think can still sit at a good place and say, hey, Marvel, we did something that's good. We're going to build on this with other stuff that we have coming out, but it don't have to be a bust. I think some fans are either bust or great.
But didn't you say at the beginning, like you said it throughout this year, either on this show or just on our channel, like, hey, man, the Marvels, that's going to be the big one. Marvel is going to be a hit.
I think the Marvel, for me personally, I thought I'll be excited for the Marvels because I like the Kamala Khan storyline. I thought it would build up on the MCU. Mm-hmm. But as far as the whole connection, I thought it was gonna be I enjoyed the film for what it was. Now, did everybody want to rock with it? They're trying to come for me, bro.
No, Kenneth were just plotting,
he was looking at me, bro.
He just looked at me.
As far as everybody rocking with it, I didn't think it would be better numbers.
Okay.
Could we call that superhero fatigue? I'm not going to say that. Also, we got to think about the box office. The week after it comes out, you have The Hunger Games, a big franchise. You had a Thanksgiving horror movie. You had Trolls come out. They had a lot of competition that came right the week after. So the drop off.
But when has that stopped Marvel before?
Well, think about it. You're talking about Marvel, which movies? What movies are you talking about, though? Mm-hmm. What movies are you talking about that hasn't stopped? Which one are you talking about? They're movies. You're talking about the one that have characters that are like highly established.
Well, I'm just saying, like,
big names.
I'm saying back then, usually that never.
Yeah,
really
that was a different time with the phase. You're talking about characters like Iron Man, the Captain Americas, the Black Panthers, the Guardians of the Galaxy.
Well, and to Javante's point, I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, you can go ahead.
I will say, I think the problem with
I gotta take these arrows.
The problem with Marvel fans nowadays is, I think a lot of people expect every movie to have that Endgame or Infinity War hype.
Exactly.
Which, that's a real thing, I feel like. And I think over time, not every film Marvel had before an Endgame and Infinity War was a hit. Like, some of them are good. Like, I think
the Thor movies aren't that great.
Captain America: The First Avenger. It's a good movie. It's a good flick. I enjoy it. Guardians 2, good flick. I enjoy it. The Iron Man movies, pretty much. They're good. I enjoy them. They're cool flicks.
Early Thor movies.
Yeah. So it's like you can't expect every Marvel movie to match that hype. And you got to realize Endgame was accumulation of 23 movies leading up to that moment.
10 years worth of work. Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So, and that's kind of been the problem with Phase 4 and 5 is a lot of them have been either misses.
And I would say to go to Alex's point also, I think this movie itself is still a good.
It's a good movie.
It's still a good progression also for the character of Captain Marvel. Yeah. Because Captain Marvel after the first movie, you want to say it did over $1 billion because people went to see it because they want to see how this leads to Endgame, mm-hmm. right? That's what the hype was. We were like, oh, how's the post-credit scene from Infinity War, how's it going to lead to Endgame? And also we're writing the whole Marvel. We had Ant-Man, we had everything. I think this film is still a better film than that first movie, and it's a better film for that character as far as development for that character, growth, and her story as a whole.
And kudos to who's the director's name?
Nia DaCosta.
I mean, this is like one of the shorter MCU runtimes, is it not?
Yeah,
I believe it's one of the shorter runtimes, and I thought in the hour and however long it was, they got the story. The pacing was pretty good. Like they got to where they needed to pretty quickly. And
exactly.
I kind of think I have to take. I think the action, the fight scene at the end, I think that might have been one of the better ones I've seen in a while.
Recently, yeah. It wasn't overdone. It wasn't too much.
But like between their powers, the three of them, the fight, the final boss fight at the end, it's one of the better ones I've seen in a minute.
I would also say like some of the character growth between either Kamala or just Carol Danvers in general, because you see
Monica,
the tension between those two, Monica and Carol.
I'm glad they addressed all that.
Yeah, no, for sure. And even like that one after like the Skrull planet got destroyed and Kamala's trying to save everyone, and then Captain Marvel tells her like you can't save everyone. Like that's important. Like lessons for Kamala's growth to be a superhero in the future. Mm-hmm. So I think that's stuff like that. It's cool to see. It's important.
Let's even add this also. I would add this also. Say as far as with Captain Marvel, especially, I felt like the Miss Marvel show. I watched it. I liked it. But I feel like you can go in this movie and not watch that show. And they do a good job of explaining to you kind of who she is, where her interests are. Like she loves Captain Marvel. Kind of gives you that vibe of what Miss Marvel had in their show. Mm-hmm. But it does a great job. So if you don't watch that show, you can go in there and still have a good time watching it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But I feel like I got more out of it because I did invest in the Miss Marvel show. Yeah. Like I already knew this character. I already had liked this character. I just got more from her family. Like I like the family and stuff like that. I was glad to see all that. So I feel like they did a good job making it where we explain who this character is. Same thing with Maka Rambo,
Mhm.
while also giving you people that have watched up to this point that like, hey, you've been here. There's something here for you too.
Okay, I have two questions.
Go ahead,
Right.
brother. I know
The
you
first
wanna-
one is, you seem like you rehearsed some of this. You've been practicing like
No, I'm just talking at the top. We talking about this guy at the moment. We talking about the moment.
Huh?
Bro, I haven't talked to nobody. I was talking to y'all. This person I got to talk about. We didn't talk about it.
Yeah,
in the
we
review.
haven't done a review.
Nice try though, bro.
Well, I'm just
I
saying.
mean,
like,
he probably watched a couple of YouTube videos.
Yeah,
on
yeah.
that.
No, I really haven't watched.
John
Like,
Camp,
when you
John
brought up the
Campion or
box
some
numbers.
some
It
of those
wasn't
guys.
fucking John Camp.
now, when he brought up the box numbers, he was just like, because the other movies that came out that week, like, you had to list.
No, I'm just bringing up. All I'm saying is, even with Ian's other film, like we talk about a lot of films, especially during this time of year in November. I knew Hunger Games was gonna take some of that buzz. Did we not? You not plan on go see Hunger Games? The new
Yeah, I
Hunger
plan on
Games.
seeing
Hunger Games has
Hunger
a big fan base. I knew that was gonna take some of that buzz. Also, Trolls. Them kid movies always kill. Trolls gonna kill because it's a kid movie.
You know what the problem is? Inflation. Because movie tickets cost so goddamn much nowadays. Shit.
But then-
That's true.
I order off Fandango. They keep charging me $2 for a convenience fee every time I order. I'm like, what the fuck am I paying a convenience fee
what's
for?
convenient?
Like, what's
Kid,
convenience for?
kids, all I'm saying,
Like,
don't think
you
like
know?
this though. Okay, you're getting your ticket early on the line without having to go in person. That's convenience. Instead of drive up there and get your
What
ticket.
kind of shit is that?
Instead of drop there like the old fashioned way, look at the ticket times, go get your
That's
ticket.
crazy.
That's a
That's
convenience for you.
see,
You're
that's
doing it from
bullshit.
the bed.
No, that's bullshit.
But no, I knew that coming into that second week, it was going to be a hard week because there was other movies coming out, such as Trolls, which is going to be what's Trolls numbers looking like already. I know that went crazy probably last week. I know Hunger Games is going to take some of that time. Thanksgiving had a holiday film. I do think this weekend you'll see a box office surge just because you have a lot of stuff coming out. Like you have a holiday weekend, but I knew they had some
Okay,
competition coming.
well, now you're going into my second question.
Go ahead.
Why does any of that matter? This is Marvel.
But Marvel, okay, we talk about Marvel like that. Y'all keep talking about Marvel. Let's say, name me the movies that last did that.
Listen, you say, hey, we reached Endgame. We got to this top height after how many movies? 23 movies?
Damn.
Yep.
23 movies, and y'all can't figure out the formula that you need to do to continue the
They
series?
were trying to they weren't trying to be they weren't trying to be like Star Wars and these other friends trying to stick to the same shit. They try to go different direction. They try to give other directors a chance to come in there and bring their own little twist to it. Now, let's admit, Kevin Feige and them have admitted that, hey, we gotta get this shit back in control. And they've tried to fix that. And they have a plan to fix that, which I'm all for.
Mm-hmm.
But let's be honest, when was the last time Marvel had a dominant movie where it's like, okay, this movie's gonna take over the weekend, the 2 weekends at least?
Spider-Man.
Spider-Man, Black Panther, the top characters, Iron Man, Cap, the bangers, the non-hitters, the ones you know. And also before Endgame, since Endgame, even Thor. Thor Love and Thunder was after Thor Ragnarok, which was a great film. People love Thor Ragnarok. Love and Thunder didn't last that long because people were like, oh yeah, I saw it. And the Endgame, like Alex said, the Endgame after sex scene, the Endgame moment is like the high. People can't get that high again. They're not trying to go watch it. Or at least support after one watch.
But see, you change up a lot too.
Uh-huh.
Because I'm gonna be honest. Because when Thor: Love and Thunder came out, you said, "Oh man, Thor!" Like, look, it was bad. It was okay. At the end of the day, it doesn't matter because Thor is not going to be involved anymore. But yet now you hear that.
But Captain Marvel's a good.
I'm saying,
hold on, Thor's a bad movie.
Hold on. But also now you're here. Now there's reports that Thor 5 is on the way.
Who directing?
I don't know.
Not-
but
not-
Waititi.
not Taika- it's not Waititi.
You know what? Look,
they're saying
I'll be
there's
all for
Thor
Thor 5.
5.
I'm all for Thor. If you can fix that character like you did Loki in his show. You gave Loki another side of a character arc that I didn't think he could reach. If you get a new director, no more Taika Waititi, you bring a new director who wants to take Thor in a different direction, more of a serious direction or whatever you want to do. That's something that's more like, if you want to have another direction and have a different character arc for him, if you can do that and tell a good story, I'm all for it. Because Loki has shown you that you can take a character who already had all this character growth to hit this moment where you're like, after he died, you're like, oh man, Loki, he went through all the arc. And they get another arc for that character where you're like, damn, I love Loki even more now. If you can do that with Loki, if you have a good writer that's going to write for Thor, I'm all for Thor 5.
You're not wrong.
Can we shout out, Star Wars for hiring a director like that after he had such a horrible movie? And now he says on his headlines recently that, people are going to hate my next Star Wars movie because it's my type of movie.
Who, Taika Waititi?
Yeah, he said
Yeah,
that.
he
It's going
did
to be
say that.
it's gonna be that.
Bro, I'm off. Taika Waititi. Look, this is what I'm saying. This is the thing about Kevin Feige also I would say with the last phases. He let people get some, let them do their things, let them use their creative freedom, which is cool. But he let some people get too much reign. And Taika Waititi was one of those people that Ragnarok was a little bit out of loops, but it still had reign to it. He said, hey, go and do your thing. And Taika Waititi went to 10.
That's because they
Ryan Coogler.
Like who didn't go? Oh, that's not the same, bro. I'm not gonna argue with you. That's not the same. Talk about T's fucking Thor is fucking just completely diamond. That just shits on the whole thing.
That's because they didn't know what they were doing. They should have took a
But
pause.
that was trying to get. But think about it, he was giving every director freedom. Even Doctor Strange had
But
freedom.
Why was he giving them freedom? Because they didn't.
Because he was
they don't have a direction.
He was trying to give directors a chance to come in and create something inside the Marvel universe, but also add some flair. Because let's be honest, if Marvel was the same formula from Phase 1 and 2, y'all be over here talking shit about Marvel's still doing the same shit, the same basic story. Which is why Blue Beetle to me has flaws because Blue Beetle is the same exact thing I've seen from every superhero film, and I like Blue Beetle. It's a good film, but the same kind of character. The villain was the same as the hero. That we have to tell this whole origin story once again. Let's be honest. We're done with. How many times you want to hear an origin story now?
I mean, I'm gonna be honest with you.
How many times you want to hear? Hold on. How many times you want to hear a hero go out and say, "I don't want to be the hero," and then all of a sudden have a moment and say, "I'm the hero now." We're done with that. We've seen that enough in film. We don't want to see that shit no more.
James Gunn isn't doing a bunch of origin stories.
Yeah. But that's what I'm saying. That's why I said that Blue Beetle film. Something that Blue Beetle film.
I like Blue Beetle over.
No, I'm not. Blue Beetle is a good film, but what I'm saying is he doesn't have a problem with that origin shit.
I'm tired of origin. Who did it first? About who did it better.
Hold on, let me ask you a question. Are you tired of the origin story?
I am.
Okay, he's not tired of that, so that's why his Blue Beetle take is not the same. He's cool with origin stories.
I say it because some people have different origin stories.
They're not different though. Good. It's the same thing. A character flying there. Oh, I'm scared. One, not to be the hero. We have a villain who's pretty much the opposite of the hero as far as looks wise. We had that with Iron Man 1. Okay. We're getting the same. We're getting the same type of thing. That's basically the same recipe. Marvel at least try to step out there and try to change lanes. Now, did it work? No, we can say it didn't work. But they can still reboot that shit and fix that shit in certain ways.
Oh, now you want to reboot?
No, well, a reboot. I got my own idea of a reboot from what I think.
What's your idea of a reboot?
We getting there? We there?
I mean, because you told us that you didn't want to reboot.
Well, and this is how I like a reboot. If you're gonna reboot it, we're gonna get Secret Wars, right? On this big ass planet, it's like that. I would love if you were able to take the whole time since I don't know if you watch Loki. Have you watched Loki? Okay.
I don't really.
Let me spoil it for you.
Yeah, you can spoil it.
So Loki now has basically broke all the timelines, and he's controlling every timeline.
Okay, right? I saw that. Yeah.
Like Avenger, like Prime Loki, like the Prime Avenger Prime. So he's holding all the timelines. So my thing would be, I would love if Marvel was able to destroy all Earths and we get one Earth and you just take certain characters from it. This gives you a chance to take out characters that you don't want to use, such as She-Hulk possibly. If you want to take She-Hulk, get her out of there. You want to take Hulk's son, get him out of there. Let's take we get Robert Downey Jr. back as Iron Man for a couple films, or however you want to do it. But now we have this one Earth where we have all these guys on one Earth. We have our X-Men, we have our Marvel, we have all that kind of stuff. And my X-Men movie, I want my X-Men movie to take place in the 50s or the 50s or 60s. But then you can have that shit like take their own little time period and do like that. But I would take one Earth, destroy all the rest of the Earths because you have this whole multiverse thing. Get rid of all the Earths. One Earth after you do Secret Wars, bring all our characters there. Then you can give me a new T'Challa. You give me Iron Man, Robert Downey Jr., but a different version of Robert Downey Jr. So then I still have my old Iron Man that I know and love. You know what I'm saying? I have my old Cap still, but you give me a new version of Cap. This is a new Cap. And we could do a reboot like that. I'm all for that.
So you want the same actors?
Well, I'm sure you're going to bring Robert Downey Jr. back. Yeah, probably. Because you bring I don't need you to keep Robert Downey Jr. heavy. If you bring Robert Downey Jr. back and do like 2 movies with him and have him feature in the rest or something like that, I'm cool with that. I don't need him to be the main lead. Especially if you have Fantastic Four, X-Men. He doesn't have to be a lead no more. He can just be one of the guys.
Yeah, I don't mind bringing them back for Secret Wars, but like as far as moving on, like if they ever reboot, I personally would just want them to just have a whole new cast.
You wouldn't reboot, but think about it, you don't need those guys to carry you like that. Like to be honest, Phase 1 you had to have Iron Man because you didn't have X-Men and Fantastic Four. Mm-hmm. If you bring those guys back as like certain movies or just certain things, you don't bring them back as focal heavy on them. You can work with that. Like Captain America doesn't have to be the focal leader of a Avengers team. He has to be the focal leader of a movie. You can have X-Men, you have Wolverine, you have all these other characters, you have Fantastic Four. You can do all these other things where you don't need those guys to be those guys.
I'm just saying.
If you bring Black Panther back, Black Panther can have his own little Avenger team. You can do you don't have to have those guys lead.
I'm just saying for the sake of like budget and everything, because you know how much you know how much you got to pay for Robert Downey Jr. to appear in Spider-Man Homecoming.
But let's be honest, if you're gonna start a reboot, Robert Downey Jr. is your best bet to get this reboot going because Robert Downey Jr. is gonna sell tickets right away. You know who you're getting with his Iron Man. So you could Robert Downey Jr. You have to pay that money. That's what you have to pay. But you're cutting off some of this other bullshit you're getting rid of.
I don't hate that idea.
I'll be cool with Thor coming back too. If you give me a different version of Thor, change him up a little bit.
Maybe you remake it to the Ultimates universe. I'd be for that.
Yeah, but this gives you a chance to get all your characters in one universe. You get to bring back some of the stuff that you fucked up, or you get to change all that up. Some of that shit that you don't want to take over, that you know, like, hey, this shit wasn't it. throw that to the side, get you a new Black Panther.
And you kind of have the whole Marvel universe at
All
your
in one.
fingertips. Yeah.
Eventually, finally, all in together in one.
Yeah, and they got the rights to Hulk back too, didn't they not?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I would take back my Spider-Man, however you want to do MCU, Spider-Man and Sony are doing a deal now. They're doing a deal with Marvel Studios and Disney. So now I have my Spider-Man more I can do more with. I can have my Venom come in this universe. I can have a lot of that shit I already had settled up, but I can just take certain things I want, one Earth, and call it a different Earth.
I don't hate that idea.
That's why I've heard also been kind of like the rumor also with it. So I'm like rocking with
It
that.
makes the most sense.
Okay.
But I definitely think Robert Downey Jr. is coming back. I don't see you bring Iron Man back and not bring Robert Downey Jr. back. I don't think it works.
Is it the rumor, or did you call Kevin Feige and just start trying to?
Can I talk about that on the air, bro? Talk about that off the air. Nah, real talk, I did hear that's like kind of what they're thinking. Like, cause that's why they want to do their X-Men movie,
Well,
possibly a different time, like older, like
Yeah.
not the current time. They'd be like, they basically said, I'll let you at this out. My bad.
no, you're good.
Basically, what I've heard, X-Men they would do like X-Men would be like in a different timeline as far as like the time period, but they would be popular. Like they would actually be liked in their timeline, and they would eventually come to our timeline. They'd be like a whole different like outlook on them and stuff.
When they come to the
Kind
main
of like how Watchmen
MCU.
is, where Watchmen like they're all loved in their timeline, and all of a sudden when they get to the newer time, people hate superheroes. It'd be
That's
kind of like that.
that's how it was in Dark Phoenix. Remember when they rescued the astronaut?
Yeah,
And then
yeah, it'd be kind of like
they come
that.
back
Don't talk about Dark.
celebrating.
Don't bring that movie up.
I'm
Don't
like,
bring that
no,
movie
no, no. I'm like, whoa, my mutants need to be like
Yeah.
profiled.
That's what I'm
I need
saying. So-
discrimination.
I'm cool with them starting off like in a certain time
Wait.
period.
I need discrimination.
My mutants need to be hated on.
I wouldn't
I-
mind them starting off in a certain time period where they're all loved and then they get hate.
I need someone to look at Beast and go, what?
Yeah.
What is that?
That'd be pretty cool.
I need some discrimination.
So how y'all feel about that if they did that?
I'd be for it,
Would we be
honestly.
on board?
And I would even be for. I don't know. I just feel like if you're gonna do Iron Man again, I don't
Gotta
know.
bring back
I
RDJ.
don't know if you could do anyone else. I don't know if I would like it if it was anyone
That's what I'm
else.
saying. I think you have to bring back RJ. But
No,
just
you don't have to bring
you can
back
bring up,
RDJ.
yeah, you can because RDJ is what you see. But also RDJ sells tickets. Robert Downey Jr. is gonna sell those tickets. If you're gonna start over, you have to have a focal point to be able to say like, "Hey guys, we got Robert Downey Jr. back." Let's be honest. If Robert Downey Jr. comes back, right, it's a different version of him. Say he's more of a dick,
Okay,
right?
I can't have another actor.
No, let me say this. But he's not gonna sell you the tickets right away. That's what I'm saying. Robert Downey Jr. You say Robert Downey Jr. is back.
The brand should be selling the tickets.
Exactly.
But the Iron Man brand's only strong because of Robert Downey Jr.
But you just said
that brand was never that strong.
Also-
hold on.
So
But you
it's
just,
strong
but you
now.
just said yourself that-
Because of
hold on,
him.
Hold on, but you just said yourself that Iron Man won't be a big player like he
That's
was in
what
the
I'm
first
saying.
phase.
You could bring Robert Downey Jr.
So-
you could bring Robert Downey Jr. back and have him as a smaller part of the face.
Even
Look,
if he's
okay, here, perfect example. In the Captain Marvel movie, the Marvels, the post-credit scene has what actress in it? The same actress we've seen from Monica Rambeau's mom,
Mhm.
as well as for another movie. They're trying to make it similar to what they already look like, which I'm cool with. That's why I say I'm cool with Robert Downey Jr. coming back and being a small-time actor in the role. You bring Robert Downey Jr. back on a small role, and also Robert Downey Jr.'s been humble. How many movies has Robert Downey Jr. done since Avengers that he made crazy love from?
I mean, he just died.
Oppenheimer.
Oppenheimer, he's not the man of that, though.
He might get an award.
He's not
for
the
that.
lead of that though.
Okay, he still might.
What
get
has
an
he?
award.
What else he's done? That's why as a lead.
all I'm saying is that head is gonna get bigger.
No,
for Robert
no,
Downey Jr.
Dr.
Dr. Doolittle's
Dr.
son's
Doolittle.
ass. Well, as a lead, he hasn't done as much like that. So,
But he's not going to be a lead in damn.
But he still is Iron Man. It still brings a certain level. He's a Disney Hall of Fame for a reason,
Does he really care at this point, though?
Yeah.
He made so much money.
bro. You don't think he say, "Oh, I come back for another couple checks"? Let's be honest.
That's what I'm saying.
No, my
I'm saying.
point
I'm
is,
saying
like-
if he comes back for a couple checks, but that check will be Secret Wars, and that will be it. Once that shit reboots, I don't see him being back for that new rebooted.
Why
universe.
not? If you don't have to build around him, you can have him just pop in at different times. You don't need to be. He doesn't have to be the focal. Iron Man's never been a focal point character. Robert Downey Jr. made that character better than what it was. That character's never been a focal point. The MCU not having the rights to X-Men and Fantastic Four made Iron Man an A-list. He's never been an A-list. Let's be honest.
Yep.
The X-Men and Fantastic Four are above him. So if you bring him back in a smaller role, that fits who the character really is.
Like,
so,
look,
so hold on.
when-
So if he's not,
And give me Hank Pym, the one-
if he's not an A-list, why do I need a big time actor to play him then?
Because Robert Downey Jr. is Iron Man to this point, bro. He's been Iron Man for 20 years or 10 years. He is Iron Man, bro. And he's still here. You can still have him. He's not old.
We're using the same argument for Wolverine.
Hugh Jackman's different because Hugh Jackman, if they're bringing Hugh Jackman for the Deadpool movie, but Hugh Jackman, I wish they would recast, but I wouldn't be surprised to bring Hugh Jackman back. But the problem with Hugh Jackman is this. I know you like Hugh Jackman. The problem with Hugh Jackman is this, though.
I would like Hugh Jackman back full time.
As much as we love him as Wolverine, bro, he has never been able to be the back seat of an X-Men movie because they always push Hugh Jackman above everything else. Robert Downey Jr. will be your back seat because you have Pedro Pascal. You have big name actors who are coming in to play these roles. So he's not the main A-list actor. Pedro Pascal's probably higher than Robert Downey Jr. is right now. When you bring Hugh Jackman back, who's higher than who you going to bring that's going to be able to match Hugh Jackman as far as star power?
The one's already established.
Tobey Maguire.
Who as an actor?
Tobey Maguire.
Hell, I mean, Tobey Maguire's star power, but I don't know Tobey Maguire. But you know what I'm saying? Like with Robert Downey Jr., I see him taking a back seat and I'll be cool with that.
Why are we all of a sudden about? Because didn't we talk about this last week that we should be caring like more about like the characters? Why is it all of a sudden about like the actor behind the role, like celebrity staff?
Because
you didn't want us to. You said we couldn't change our characters in DC because like fucking
Margot Robbie's hot. She just did Barbie.
No,
she just did a Billy.
Okay, but you said that we should change our characters. We shouldn't be trying to get the same
actors for him.
I said because they're trying to establish something different than what the previous regime did. This ain't this the same regime. It ain't like we're changing face with damn producers and stuff. You're talking about your whole head change. The
reboot's a reboot.
Zack Snyder and the DC crew has got fired and are gone. This is a whole new regime for James Gunn. Marvel still has the same people in house. Bob Iger, Kevin Feige. Those are the same people that have been there since the beginning. So that's not the same type of thing when it comes to regime. If you're a new regime and I just got rid of everybody in house, just like football, if I got rid of all my general managers and owner or general managers and coaches, I want a new quarterback. It's not the same. That's what I'm saying. That's the difference.
All right. Why you got? Don't say Zack Snyder got fired. All right.
Oh my
God.
Right. Rebel Moon comes out soon. Right?
On Netflix soon, streaming soon.
Coming soon, Rebel Moons.
The
we support
sci-fi-
Zack Snyder.
Hey, my bad. Yeah, Rebel Moon got December 22nd?
December 22nd.
Yes, December 22nd. Then part 2 comes out, I think, around April. Guys, stay tuned for that.
All right.
It's coming
Zack
back to
Snyder
back.
chose to leave the project
Only on Netflix.
and they fired everyone else.
That's
which
right.
is why the regime, I'm not saying Viola Davis is she's amazing. If you want to keep her, that's fine. I just said I would change because a whole new regime. Marvel does have the same issue. They're not changing it. It's not a new regime. It's still the same people running shit. Kevin Feige's still there. Bob Iger's still there. And Robert Downey Jr., not saying the actor's bigger than the actor's bigger than the role, but Iron Man himself is not a big role. Let's be honest. Iron Man's not A-list. Before Robert Downey Jr., nobody gave a fuck about Iron Man.
We were kids.
But you know what?
When we were
Even
kids.
as kids,
As kids, like the top 3 biggest Marvel heroes were
Wolverine, Spider-Man,
the Hulk.
Hold on. Why do people act like
Venom.
Iron Man wasn't?
Bro,
hold on. Iron Man was literally on the cover of that damn Marvel Ultimate Alliance video game. He
With
was
who?
With Spider-Man, Wolverine, and all the others.
Who's the biggest name? Who's the one you look at and say, I want that game because of him? Who's in the middle?
Also,
Spider-Man, but at the same time-
just to counter that point real quick, the 4 main heroes in every cutscene of the game, who are they?
What was it? Spider-Man, Wolverine,
Thor, Captain America.
Yeah.
Those are main characters.
Iron Man is not even mentioned in
You have
that
to bring
game.
Iron Man on.
But
Okay, I still played with Iron Man in that game, though.
fan. Okay. Because I never understood that either. Because like to me, even if he wasn't like the main one in the cutscenes, I know Iron Man. Like he's in a bunch of
everybody
covers.
know him.
Fine. Perfect example. It's just like Aquaman. Aquaman, you know who he is, but nobody look at Aquaman and say Aquaman's cool. Jason Moore made him cooler, but
Just
let's be honest, people thought of Iron Man the same way, kind of like Aquaman. Like it's like, okay, he's a character, he's cool, he's kind of a dick, but I don't really rock with him. He's not my main go-to.
But even with
Marvel
Iron Man,
character.
like Iron Man had the animated series back in the day. Like he had projects. There were things that Iron Man had.
But he
did,
wasn't popular until
he was
Robert
never
Downey.
popular like that. Even let's be honest, the MCU made him more popular. They gave him things that he didn't do. Ultron is Hank Pym. That's not Iron Man. They gave him that. They gave him the gauntlet. He made his own gauntlet. They gave him a lot of things that make Iron Man propped up and cooler, which I love. They made him cooler by giving him things that aren't his.
He wielded the stones.
Let's be honest. Who's Ultron's creator? Hank Pym. It's not Iron Man.
Yeah, I know.
So my point is, Iron Man was never like, he's cool. He's a character that's cool, but he's never been like that guy. The MCU made him that guy because they had no choice but to make him that guy, which is why it's crazy how successful it was, because they didn't have the A-list. But now that you have the A-list, the Professor Xavier's, you can do Hank Pym younger. You do a younger Hank Pym I'd be cool with. You could bring the Fantastic Four. You have Reed Richards, who's like the smart guy. You don't need Iron Man to be your main smart guy no more. You got Reed Richards. So we got people we got people now with the acquisitions that can take the lead and actually run that shit, right? Before you couldn't have nobody right because we have the rights to nobody.
And I mean, let's just be honest here. As far as popularity is concerned, I feel like the Avengers, so there was the X-Men, right? I think the X-Men were probably the most popular thing with us.
Multiple teams of X-Men, yes.
Yeah. Spider-Man was always more popular. The Fantastic Four in media, I think, had a lot more relevance. The Avengers were like, they're there. but no one ever really talked about them like that.
Yes.
Not until the MCU came
There's
along.
so many different. Yeah.
The Infinity Saga is all about the Avengers, pretty much.
Yes.
Like Avengers, they were cool. You knew who they were. Like you knew it was Hulk, Cap, Thor, Iron Man.
Hulk's an A-list. I'll give Hulk's an A-list.
Yeah.
But even Hulk was sunned down to make Iron Man and Cap look better. Like, he's been with the Hulkbuster. They sunned them down to make Iron Man.
What made the Fantastic Four so popular?
Because it was the first real team. It's like a family. It's like Stan Lee's one a family. It's a family.
What made them actually more popular?
Black Panther, I would say, and the villain, Dr. Doom, one of the best villains in Marvel.
Yeah, Doctor Doom, and then the movie.
Who's Iron Man's best villain?
I don't know.
Probably
the Mandarin.
The Mandarin, right? The Mandarin. But
Mandarin,
like Dr. Doom's dope as hell, but Dr. Doom's one of the best villains overall. But that's what I'm saying. Popularity comes with characters, but also with villains. Like Spider-Man's some of the best villains also.
Magneto.
Magneto's a dope villain. But I'm just saying, when you have characters like that, like X-Men has how many characters you can do? I'd rather see, you got at least about 5 teams with the X-Men I want to see. I want to see Gambit. I can see Rogue. I want to see Jean. I want to see Cyclops finally take the fucking lead. That's why I want Hugh Jackman out, because they're going to make Hugh Jackman take the lead over, well, they ain't going to do that MCU, but I want Cyclops to be the lead for once. There's so many Colossus. There's so many characters I want to see over there, bro. Like, I don't need Iron Man. Iron Man can pop up in moments. You can give Robert Downey Jr. a couple scenes like he did in Spider-Man Homecoming.
Do you know how much they paid for that?
Yeah, but let's be honest.
That's some change to
You
them.
think Disney tripped off paying that?
It seems like it ain't a problem, but then when we look at the CGI in them films and they production behind it,
which one?
we over here start to question, like, hey, okay.
But when does Iron Man ever look bad?
Yeah, Iron Man, they do Iron Man right.
When does Iron Man look bad?
Don't try to say them suits don't look on point.
Those suits are always on point.
But why do we need an expensive ass Iron Man, bro?
You're gonna pay for it anyway because you're paying for it's just like paying for Margot Robbie. How much do you think they pay for Harley Quinn to come back?
A lot.
How much do you think they paid Henry Cavill to come do that cameo at the end of Black Adam?
Facts. How much Ben Affleck cost for all those cameos he did in the damn?
Let's also
get a new actor.
How much do you think DC paid both Ben Affleck and Michael Keaton to come back to do Batman twice?
These are all established actors that we're talking.
But also, I don't want a new Iron Man because I'm cool with the characters already looking. They already established like characters in different universes still could be the same actress. Like they did with the end of the post-game scene.
See, you say that, but then you have a movie like Spider-Man where there's multiple different Spider-Men that look different from each other. Then you're telling me that you have John Krasinski playing Mr. Fantastic, and then you have other people playing Mr. Fantastic now. So it's like
he's the Illuminati version.
Some people look the same, some people look different. I guess that's how it is.
All I'm saying, bro, I don't need a new cast for Robert Downey. I don't need a new cast for Iron Man. Robert Downey Jr. is still here and can play the character. I don't need the character. And also, we're not trying to make a new origin where he don't have to be younger or nothing like that. I'm not trying to tell this character's origin. He's just in the universe. He doesn't have to be a character. I don't have to make a movie for him. He just has to be there to pop on certain scenes.
Isn't that kind of like, from a writer's point of view, making yourself like a handicap? Like you're bringing in
no, because nobody needs. That's what I'm saying though. It ain't like he's one of the A-list. The A-list are just now coming. He's a C-list. B-list at best. He's just there.
But the actor makes him. That's what you're saying. The actor makes him an A-list.
Okay. Let's talk about this then. You're paying off this. You're already paying. You brought Pedro Pascal. You're gonna pay him. Let's be honest. The money's there. This is Disney. For the movies, they go all out. If they bring Robert Downey Jr. back, they're doing a Billy. We're gonna say not. If you tell me you're doing this, well, I just said this whole universe with Robert Downey Jr., you're making that money back day one. Probably in two showings.
Yeah, but you're trying to say don't use him in minimum scenes.
I'm saying you don't need him to be a carrier of your film. I'm saying you could have him pop in and talk to Reed Richards or somebody that are talking certain scenes or just pop in for certain things. He doesn't need to be the main thing that falls. We don't need to follow him like that. He can just be a piece.
Has the Pedro thing even been confirmed?
No,
it's not confirmed. But if they bring Pedro, the fact that we're even hearing about Pedro Pascal, that's a big name. He's come off Mando. He's going to cost more than what you would pay for Robert Downey Jr. at this point in their careers.
Yeah, and hopefully they don't pick him up.
I don't want Pedro Pascal either.
Yeah, we're teasing into the nuts. But anyway, look,
yeah, we went off the rail.
Yeah, y'all going off the rail. Anyway, final thoughts. Captain Marvel, end credits.
Yes.
Dope. That was probably the best looking.
Yeah,
that we've seen at Beast in that moment.
Bro. CGI was on point. That's what I'm saying. Marvel can do it when they want to, bro. The shows they be bullshitting on. But when it comes to movies, when they know they got some shit that's gonna be, hey, it's gonna make the money right here. They go crazy.
But no, it was a great scene. And even like Tiana Paris, her acting, like right when she woke up and saw like her mom, like that like the acting right there, I thought was fucking amazing.
Yeah, she's a great actress.
Yeah, it's like amazing.
Kelsey Grammer as Beast.
I'm sad that she's married.
Yeah, you're happy as hell, aren't you?
Oh yeah, Kelsey Grammer back as Beast for that scene. I don't know if that's for the future.
I'm cool with that.
But you know, we'll see. We'll see.
Just seeing that X door was just like, oh, yeah.
And it feels like it's gonna get done right this time.
Yeah, the X-Men will get done
I just
right.
feel like it's gonna get done right, which is a great thing.
And then you have
Not saying Fox didn't have no good films, but
and then
they
you have
missed a lot of
you have
times.
Maria Rambeau as a binary Captain Marvel.
Yep.
Mhm.
In that end credits. So it was dope to see.
Kamala doing her best Nick Fury impression.
Yeah, Nick Fury. That was a that was a good way to end it. That was a cute ending. I like that. With
That's the files
Bishop.
pulled.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, that was nice. So I mean, obviously teasing towards Young Avengers in the future. But yeah. Lastly, man, what out of 10? What was y'all's grades for the Marvels?
I give it a 7, 7.5.
Yeah, I can run with the 6.5, 7. I can run with that also. I forgot why I gave Ant-Man the Wasp. Not Ant-Man the Wasp. Ant-Man Quantumania, but I go 6 or 7.
Yeah, the humor was there and well timed and placed. I thought
Yeah.
they didn't overdo it by any means.
Also, I know I'm not trying to get off topic. I know we got to go to topic. I'm just saying, I think also, Kenneth, the thing I like about the MCU that they're doing forward is they are pushing the Kang stuff aside and they're hitting more on Doctor Doom as their future, as their baddie, which makes me more excited also.
Yeah, 'cause Doctor Doom's way better.
Oh yeah, Doctor Doom's
Yes.
Doctor Doom's that guy.
But if they're gonna bring in Doctor Doom, they got to bring in better writing.
Well, they gon'
That,
that's what I'm saying.
they'll take
But
care
also,
of
they
that.
already said the Loki writer is actually gonna write some. Is he writing Secret Wars? Or is
Yeah.
he writing?
The
He's
Loki
writing,
writer is.
and he's. I don't know if you didn't watch Loki season. I don't know if you watched Loki at all. Have you watched that at all? That's some of the better writing, bro. Especially season 2 is really good. It like got a little everything. It really hits the spot like, as far as good. Just I told DeAndre. I remember after I watched, I said DeAndre, this just it feels like.
Yep.
Can't explain. Just
Yeah.
it was on point.
No,
This is all I can explain it with.
I give
Zack Snyder. I hope Rebel Moon's like.
Mhm.
Go ahead, DeAndre.
No, I give Marvel's 7 out of 10, 7.5.
We pass.
Yeah, no, it's
Yeah.
passing.
Wait, Javante,
Hey,
did you just
I gave Blue Beetle a 9 out of 10, so
Mm.
that's what it speaks for right there.
did you just mention Rebel Moon?
Yes.
Don't forget it, guys. Netflix on Netflix, December 22nd.
December 22nd.
Rebel Moon.
Ching,
Moon.
ching.
That was a nice catch. That was a nice
Yeah.
catch.
Hey, I got you, bro.
Thank you.
I gotta bring it up.
Hey,
Get
let's
some
see.
checks coming in.
Let's see.
Yeah.
Next topic. I guess since you already
Go
teased
down
it,
there,
let's go to Pedro Pascal as
Okay.
Mr. Fantastic.
I ain't teasing. He teased it.
Yeah, so there's a report that Pedro Pascal is rumored to play Mr. Fantastic in the Fantastic Four movie for the Marvel Studios. Set to release in 2025. These castings have been all over the place.
Yeah.
We've had Margot Robbie as Sue Storm at one point reported. We had Adam Driver as Mr. Fantastic reported at one time. Now we're just it's been back and forth. We don't have an official casting for that yet, but so far a lot of people have been talking about Pedro Pascal as Mr. Fantastic. So the more that I hear about it, there's been rumors of him potentially leaving Mandalorian. So it's kind of seeming like the rumors are true. I'm not with it personally. I think he's too big for the role. I kind of miss the old days of Marvel where you cast, young, underrated actors to fulfill these roles, and then they end up becoming big, like Elizabeth Olsen as Scarlet Witch. Like nobody now.
Great
She's
call.
the top Olsen sister.
Yeah.
Back
Yep.
then she was just a
Even Benedict Cumberbatch to a certain extent.
Benedict
has gotten bigger
Cumberbatch.
after doing those.
Well, it's like how I think I was talking to you on the phone the other day. I was like, it's funny because like when the Avengers dropped, it was Downey, Evans, Hemsworth, Scarlett, Ruffalo, and Jeremy Renner, right?
yeah.
You can make an argument that at the time the biggest actors were Jeremy Renner
Ruffalo.
and Ruffalo.
Yeah.
The rest of them were kind of like
Downey was coming out
Downey
of fucking
was-
prison. He was going
yeah,
to
and then
shit.
Evans and Hemsworth were kind of unknowns. They had smaller roles, and then Johansson. People knew about Scarlett Johansson, but not like that.
Yeah.
Well, also because it's Fantastic Four. Like everybody knows Fantastic Four. It's like it's such a
blue,
big.
the suit sells.
Yeah, it's like such a big brand already. Like you don't really need to cast anybody big. And
Right.
I feel like with this casting, they're capitalizing off, the fact that Pedro Pascal is Joel in The Last of Us. He's been the
He should be off that
Mandalorian. Like
pretty soon.
he's a very popular name. So
If you
I
don't play that game, he could be off that priest. That's why he tried to get the
yeah.
next check.
We already know what happens to Joel in later seasons.
Yeah,
so,
y'all go watch that, but I'll play the game. But no, I think you made some great points, Johnny, with that. I think even if you don't go with a no name, you could go with somebody who's lesser known. Like even I know a lot of people talk about the guy from You.
Yeah.
Penn
I know
Badgley,
I know you were big on him, and even
Awesome.
him, I would have been cool with because he's done some roles, especially like You, which is a big show. But he's not. If you don't watch that show, you don't know who he is.
He's
But I
not
feel
too
like-
big. Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like Pedro Pascal has gotten so big because of The Mandalorian, because of The Last of Us. We've seen a lot of him on film lately. You know what I mean? So that was my problem with his casting. But as far as for the Star Wars side, I'm happy he's gone because I think he was a big pain in the ass for that crew and for those people working with him because of the fact he wanted to take his helmet off. He wanted to be able to do it his way. And I'm like, I don't like when guys get bigger than the character. I agree with Kenneth on that. But especially Pascal, I think he's a great actor. So if you were to bring him, I think he's gonna do a great job. He's a great actor, but I just wouldn't want. That's not what I want to see. I'd rather see a lower end actor come in and someone who's probably had some work, but not over the top already like he is. Especially in the Disney house already with Mandalorian.
I just thought another guy, Chadwick. He was relatively.
Yeah, he
I
did
know,
that
for
a lot
Black
of smaller
Panther.
things.
He did like
Yeah.
42. 42 was the big one.
The James Brown
Draft
movie.
Day.
He had a small scene in the Express.
The James
Yeah.
Brown movie.
James Brown.
Get
movie.
Up, right?
Yeah, Get
Yeah.
Up. Yeah, Get Up. He did what's
Draft
he had?
Day.
Draft Day. He has some other stuff too.
Yep.
Vontae
Vontae
Mack.
Mack,
no matter
what.
Yeah.
He has some other stuff too though. But yeah, Chadwick Boseman was a smaller cast, and he
Tom Holland.
he was gonna be Drax at first. He tried out for the role of Drax, and they
Yeah.
told him no. They had a different role for him.
Tom
Chris-
Holland, yeah. Tom Holland
Chris
was a
Pratt?
good one.
Chris Pratt, yeah.
Yep.
Chris Pratt wasn't right at, and now Chris Pratt, look at him now.
Yep.
Marvel's done a good job of making, even Batista. Batista's become more of a household name after Drax.
Yeah.
Also, I just don't buy because Reed Richards, I mean, he's supposed to be nerdy and everything. I just don't buy Pedro Pascal as that. Like every role that he plays, he's always seems cool. Like he always seems like the cool guy, you know?
Maybe he's like well, let me be honest. The Reed Richards in the first movie was kind of nerdy, but he also was kind of cool.
Ian Gifford.
Especially
I
part
like
two.
Ian Gifford.
Me too.
I liked him.
like him.
I
He was
liked him
kind of
as
cool.
a-
Like in the second movie, he was kind of cool. He wasn't like lame. He was kind of like a nerd. And now I don't talk no girls.
But yeah, that's because he had the baddie in his corner finally. You know, he had Sue Storm. He was about to marry her.
So the first movie,
yeah.
he was fucking up.
Yeah, I mean,
I like Victor Von Doom in that movie. That's my guy. I'm a big fan of his also.
I kind of feel like, at least for me, if you were gonna cast Pedro, I feel like you might as well just kept John Krasinski as your choice.
Who's younger? What's Pedro Pascal's age compared to John Krasinski?
I would rather you just kept John because I
Okay.
feel like he could play the nerd role. I feel like the serious
That's
nerdy
what I
type.
wanted.
like Mr. Fantastic, like he has serious moments, but also like again, he has those nerd moments too. I just
Yeah.
don't buy Pedro with those nerd moments. I just don't, I can't see it.
I could see John doing it.
Yeah, John can do. Pedro is 48 years old.
48. John Krasinski's like in his 50s, ain't
Hell no.
Are they
nice.
trying to have them like already be married and have kids?
Yeah, I did hear about that. Yeah, John Krasinski is 44 years old.
44. Yeah, that's an interesting choice, man. I think I'm kind of just curious to see what else they're gonna do with the rest because I'm sure they go Pedro Pascal. They might go big name with the rest. Well, they could just go big name with him and say the rest just go. They're not gonna want to pay all them high budget. They might just do Thing. You can make him. You can get just a good voice actor and something small with that. Sue Storm, I think you could go probably smaller with her too, and then Johnny, you could make Johnny.
I heard Joseph Quinn's linked to Johnny.
Okay.
You know, it's Eddie from Stranger Things, Eddie Munson.
Oh yeah,
he's
okay.
cool. I'm saying you probably can go
Vanessa-
lower in with them.
Vanessa Kirby, I've heard her name a lot recently for Sue Storm. Fast and the Furious, well, not Fast and Furious, Hobbs and Shaw, she was in that.
Yeah.
I would have liked Rudy. Dang, his last name's skipping my mind. The kid from Outer Banks.
Outer Banks, Rudy Payne.
Yeah, he would have been a good Human Torch.
He's good, yeah. No, I overall,
Jack Ray Montgomery.
Yes.
Yep, from Power Rangers, man.
Yeah.
if they go cheaper with the cast,
That's
I think
a
they go
movie
cheaper.
that deserves a sequel. Goddamn it!
No, it does not.
Say it to
Don't
this
you dare
day.
say that about the Power Rangers.
That Power Rangers
That shit was
2017. That
ass.
shit was boy. Stop.
That shit was
lying.
not good.
Stop
It was-
lying.
I waited a whole fucking
it
2
was-
hours for them to get the powers finally.
It was like Star Wars. It was a good like
Startup.
Yeah, it was a startup. Exactly.
No,
that
no,
shit,
no,
that
no,
shit,
no, no,
that
no,
shit.
no, no.
Because again, it was like Breakfast Club meets Power
No, that's the
Rangers.
problem though, bro. You got me hyped up that first 5 minutes was good. I was like, oh shit, okay, it's kind of lit. Then they made me wait all movie for some powers to finally come, bro.
But-
I'm
but-
not with that, bro.
No,
I said
no.
that movie bad as fuck.
I
bro.
liked it because when they finally suited up, like the chills that went down my
but
spine
it
for
took
that
too long,
scene.
bro. It took too long.
He said it's morphin' time.
I
But-
do
and when they
agree
walked-
it took too
It
long.
took
though.
too
When
long.
they-
If they did that halfway through the movie, yes, but it was too long.
when they walked through that damn tunnel with all them damn suits on,
This is on the other part.
chef's
Nah, Jay, that
kiss.
shit's
That shit
cool.
was fire.
But it took too long.
No, it did not. It felt right.
What? Kid,
it was a
back
first.
me on this
it
one,
was a
please.
first. It was a first movie.
Yo, Andre,
I-
it took till the last
it's-
20 minutes.
It's like a balance because I get what he means by the Breakfast Club. Like it made it relatable in the sense of like it's entertaining, but
also,
I came for Power Rangers.
but also think
Yes.
about like the Power Rangers, because again, when you think about the Power Rangers, like the original, like there's these goody two shoe kids and everything that get end up becoming Power Rangers. Where this one, it was more of they have problems in their personal lives and their social lives, and they pick out these teens that are either they're bad, they have personal struggles, and they end up finding redeeming qualities within themselves to make them Power Rangers.
Yeah, you're going all past the point where we're talking about. We're talking about it just took too long.
Nah.
You're talking about I don't have a problem with the casting or the people getting the powers. My point is, when she fought Goldar, when she fought Reva the first time, that should be the time we start getting some powers, bro.
Nah.
The fact you didn't show me no damn powers.
Because they couldn't get their suits.
That's the problem, bro. It took too long. You waited too long in that movie. I bet the movie was kind of bad because the movie took too long to get to that point. If that is the reason why the movie was bad for you, you don't see the power, bro. I came for Power Rangers, bro.
You don't understand. You don't understand cinema.
Okay, Martin Scorsese,
you sold me.
You sold me on goddamn Power Rangers.
Cinema.
It's like, bro. It's safe to have. Okay, I love 2005 King Kong. Right? I love 2005 King Kong. They made me sell that fucking boat to Skull. I went to Skull Island literally. I saw that boat for 2 hours before I fucking saw Kong.
Nah,
and you talk shit about that shit all the time. That
shit was different though.
No, it's not.
That shit was different.
I sat here with these kids for fucking
you sat with the kids who are the Power Rangers throughout the movie.
They're not the Power Rangers.
They were the Power Rangers. They were training to be. They were training to be Power Rangers. Were they training? Were they training to be Power Rangers? Hold on.
Give me that fucking suit.
Were they training? Hold on. Were they training to be Power Rangers? Yes or no?
No, they weren't. They were Luthor.
Bitch,
they were trained.
Now you lying.
No, they were trained.
Now you lying.
They were trained.
Were they training to be Power Rangers? Okay, hold on. Were they becoming a team? Were they trying to become a team?
They were trying.
Yes or no?
Yes, DeAndre.
Exactly. What? Come on. Now that's the Power Rangers, right? I'm saying that's the Power Rangers. Now, when you show me King Kong with a damn full ass boat scene and there's no Kong on the boat, that's different.
Bro, you're showing me Power Rangers.
They're different.
Hold on. Hell no. The Power Rangers are the Power Rangers.
You're showing me Power Rangers without suits. You're showing me Power Rangers without suits.
No, that's
not
Power Rangers. Got it. That's like seeing fucking Clark Kent for 2 fucking hours and then getting 10 minutes worth of Superman. I don't want to see that shit. Do you want to see that shit, guys?
Listen, like I said, it's not like it wasn't entertaining.
It's not that.
It was entertaining because here's my point here's my point, okay?
Okay.
If we would have got a sequel, you wouldn't care. If we would have got a sequel, you wouldn't care because
we didn't get a sequel because why though?
Because
that first one got a lot of bad reviews because
they would have had the bond like as a team. So if somebody would have died in the sequel or something like, you can feel that bond.
All right, when they advertised that movie, what did they sell me on? When they sold toys, they didn't sell toys to them kids. When they advertise them commercials, they did not show them kids as just kids. They show them in costumes. You advertise to be Power Rangers.
But my point is, like,
so as a person who bought a ticket, or the other people that were mad at that movie, I walked in there to see Power Rangers. I'm seeing a bunch of kids.
It's different. It's different to be bad about the movie. You said the movie didn't deserve a sequel.
Because okay, let me change my terms. The movie didn't get a sequel because they fucked up the first one. Is that better for you? They fucked up with how they did that shit.
Listen, I completely understand what you're saying. But
somebody pull the trailer. Pull up the guy. We got our shit up there. What's that movie again?
Rebel Moon.
Rebel Moon, December 27th.
But here's my point. Here's my point. The reason that I like that movie more than I like any other Power Ranger thing that I've seen is because it felt like a bond.
Okay.
It felt like a bond to what I was watching, to the characters. I feel like I was actually connected in some way to these characters. So
like it was deeper than the TV show.
Exactly.
It was way deeper.
Of course. The TV show is more like okay.
Exactly. Yeah.
To be fair, there's a YouTube video of the Power Rangers movie. It's a mini movie. I don't know if you ever seen it. Have you ever seen it?
Which one?
It's a YouTube Power Rangers. You know what I'm talking about?
Yes.
It's a Power Rangers movie. It's like rated R type shit though. That shit's fire. And that shit came out a couple of years before that Power Rangers came out. Not saying
I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
But that shit was fire. You know that shit was tight. Mm-hmm. But even how this movie starts, how Power Rangers started, it started off with that dope ass scene. We're like, oh shit, we're seeing all this shit going on. We're seeing the aliens. You know what I mean? We're seeing some dope ass shit. To not give me any Power Rangers till 10 minutes later. You showed me the damn the vehicles. You showed me that shit. You can't. I want some suits. If you give me that shit, if you after that Reva attacked her friend shit or killed after that shit, if you gave me that shit right then there about 35 minutes of the film, while I'm starting to see these motherfuckers turn to suits and shit like that, I've been all for it. But you give me 10, 15 minutes worth of suits, and also Goldar was ass also. Call like
okay, now I will say
Goldar was ass.
Goldar was terrible.
And the suits should have been on earlier, bro. That's all I gotta say. The movie's not horrible, but the suits should have been on. That's why we watch it, because I hate watching it. I try to get my girl to watch that shit, bro. She was bored as fuck watching that shit.
I agree that they could have had more suit action.
Is that why it didn't get a sequel?
That shouldn't have been the reason.
I don't think that's why, really,
people
because
didn't fuck with it.
But it still sold well though. So I don't really think that's
what's sold well. What'd it do?
It did better than how I forgot the box office, but it did well. It did not do bad.
How was reviews or how did people feel about it?
It saw the reviews.
It had
The reviews
good.
were
It had
good.
good
Yeah, the
reviews
reviews were
because
good.
people thought
Put your Rotten
The
Tomatoes score.
the reviews were good. The box office, I don't think it had that much with the box office, but it did have a high rise in like home sales.
Oh shit, yeah.
So-
yeah, because people realize that it's actually.
Well, no, I can sit in the
film.
house and watch. I got to pay $12 for a ticket. You right?
I mean,
Shit, can you imagine taking your kids go see Power Rangers? That's $48 we done spent. Can you imagine?
Well, you know why? You know why it wasn't for the kids.
Kid, imagine your kids go see Power Rangers. They got their toys and everything. They all hyped up. And they go see it. You gonna spend about $70 on the popcorn, seats.
Man, kids these days watch PBS.
Kid,
They ain't watching.
There, your kids like, where the your kids like this. Where the Power Rangers? Where the Power Rangers? Hold the fucking toys. Where the Power Rangers?
I'm gonna tell
Can you imagine being a parent going home mad as fuck because
okay,
the kids
it was 51% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Okay. So how much it make? Box office.
142 mil.
142. That's not bad.
See,
that's not bad at all.
Yeah.
But I think people, I felt some way about that shit. I'm not gonna lie. And I like that Reba was the Green Ranger. That shit didn't feel right either. That Reba Green Ranger shit didn't feel. I didn't feel right with that.
I thought it was nice.
I mean, we're gonna get the Green Ranger in the next movie.
No, I know. I'm just saying, like how Reba was the Green Ranger that turned on them in his eyes and like that whole like.
Well, I mean, I thought it felt.
And the robot kind of got my nerves too.
Considering that Reba was the one that like created the Green Ranger in like the series and
controlled
him.
Yeah, I like the better if they would just some. I would bet if she would have sent down the story. Like I didn't like that she was the Green Ranger and then she just.
Hey, boy, I was looking forward to seeing Tommy in the future movie. Shit.
That was gonna be dope.
When he got introduced, bro, that's like a core memory in my head. Was when that whole episode arc where he got introduced to the Power Rangers and he's just whooping their ass consistently, episode after episode.
Yeah,
motherfucker literally snuck into the damn Megazord and kicked their ass out.
For real?
Like,
do you have a suit on?
Bitch, fuck you.
Exactly.
Shut the hell up.
They got a suit on, bro. We talking about motherfuckers that had a suit on and I had no suit on.
We not talking. Okay.
Man, and they whooping ass with no suits on? Hell no.
Listen, the actors were invested. I was pissed.
I had no problem with the actors. I had no problem with the actors.
Everybody was invested in it.
I think it should have gotten a sequel.
They should have gave it a sequel.
I ain't gonna lie. Black Ranger was kind of annoying a little bit. He was kind of annoying. I ain't gonna lie. I couldn't live with that.
Yeah, he was a little annoying.
He was a little annoying, but the movie overall went bad. We don't got off top of that.
We really did.
He's the Power Ranger.
Hey, you know what? If Zack Snyder can come back, by the way, Rebel Moon, December 22nd. if he can come back, so can the Power Rangers.
Shit,
that's true.
Which is also on Netflix, which, by the way, is showing Rebel Moon, December 22nd.
That's right.
There you go.
Back to you guys.
That's the rule. We can't bring up Power Rangers. We can't bring up Black Panther recasting.
Power Rangers has been blacklisted.
Those two lines we don't cross.
That Black Panther shit, bro. That shit always starts an argument, bro. That's just an automatic argument.
That's a legendary moment, though. Like,
it's just never argument started, bro.
Yeah, don't do it, especially not around Thanksgiving, bro. This time to be together.
Hey,
I can't sit across this motherfucker in the table tomorrow. No, it won't be right. But yeah, Pedro Pascal, Mr. Fantastic. Let us know your thoughts.
Hey, get the fuck out of here as Mando. We happy. Just do the voice.
Just bring back John at that point.
If Pedro's not Mr. Fantastic, who do you want to see as Mr. Fantastic? Let us know that.
Oh, we ain't asked no questions. Yeah, you right.
Yeah, no. Also, let us know your thoughts on Captain Marvel or the Marvels.
And Iron Man coming back.
Yeah, and Iron Man coming
back.
Robert
Downey Jr. coming back. Yeah, exactly.
No.
And if Power Rangers should get a sequel.
Hey, all you talking about is Rebel Moon over there. Keep it simple.
I'm sorry.
December 22nd on Netflix.
I hate y'all, bro. positive. With you, it's uncharted territory. With you, sometimes.
I don't care.
Anyway,
Only if
This is
you-
a disturbance,
so-
It's a
Anakin.
disturbance.
This is a disturbance,
So, I sense a
Anakin.
disturbance in here. But the official castings for Superman Legacy, we have David Gordon Sweat as Clark Kent Superman. We have Rachel Brosnahan as Lois Lane. Nicholas Hoult as Lex Luthor. Sarah Sampaio as Eve Teschmacher, which is Lex's assistant. And then we have Skylar Gisondo as Jimmy Olsen. Thought that was a great casting choice right there. Edie Gathidi as Michael Holt, aka Mr. Terrific. Maria Gabriela De Faria as the engineer.
Oh yeah.
Nathan, this is the only one I was questioning. But Nathan Fillion as Guy Gardner, Green Lantern. Isabella Merced as Hawk Girl, and Anthony Carradine as Metamorpho.
Okay.
I like it. I like it so far.
I have no problem with the cast. I'm glad they got a lot of people that are not known really like that. They got a lot of low-key actors to come in and play these roles. My only thing I was going to say about the Nicholas Hoult thing, I just wish Lex Luthor was a little older. But besides that, I'm cool with the casting. I had no problem with the castings.
I mean, if Zack Snyder can cast Jesse Eisenberg as Lex
That's why
Luthor,
I like
hey.
Jesse Eisenberg either. I think Lex Luthor as like an older man, more mature, just an older general.
But see, I can take Nicholas Hoult more serious than I do.
But Nicholas Holt's like what? He looks like he's like 20 something. He looks young.
But Nicholas
Like, I
Hoult
would
can
like
play, he can play serious roles.
I'm not saying you can't. I'm not saying you had to go with someone like old as hell. But I'm just saying there's like other guys I would like more.
But even Lex and Superman, they're like only like what 4 or 5 years apart, I think.
Yeah, but you're making your Superman so young. I just always look at Lex as like a
Hell,
older.
there's some versions where Lex dated Lois before Lois started dating
I'm
Superman.
not saying. I'm just saying. I always look at Lex as like an older, like just like an older gentleman who's wise kind of in a way, and like you know what I mean. I never looked at him like as so like a young guy. He's just very young. I'm always trying to picture him bald. Also, he just looks very
I think
young.
he's gonna be more in like a startup.
He'll be more like what Jesse Eisenberg was for Zack Snyder. I like Zack Snyder's version either. Jesse Eisenberg was too much for me. I was like, bro, this motherfucker's not Lex Luthor.
I don't think no one did, but yeah.
Oh, you want some of grandma's?
No, he got
you want some of grandma's ice peach tea?
Yeah.
Yeah, I ain't like that, man. I gotta see. I'll see. I'm not gonna. But the rest of the casting sound really good. Glass Law, low key people that aren't really out there. Get a lot of people exposure.
I love bringing people together. Oh, that's a strong grip you have. You should not pick a.
I love how he's trying to shut me up over here. While I'm trying to give DC some credit over here, motherfucker. I'm trying to give DC some love. You trying to shut me up?
Go ahead.
Hey,
Look, I'm gonna give DC and James Gunn some love. James Gunn, you know you're one of us. We love you, bro. I want you to succeed over there at DC because you're one of us.
Clark Kent meet Bruce Wayne.
Oh, these motherfuckers, they funny. I like the casting. I'm done.
So
I like the
bad.
casting. Rebel Moon, December 22nd. See, they get quiet for
That's
Rebel
right,
Moon.
Rebel Moon.
They get quiet for Rebel Moon.
Go.
All right, y'all can go do what you got to do. I'm good.
Okay.
No, let's with casting.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. No,
I like it. It looks pretty, like Javante said. I think the idea of them going with not heavy hitting actors, kind of like which is what James Gunn has done.
Yeah.
So I'm for it.
You can say like he knows like the perfect formula to formulate a good product. So him being ahead of DC, it's just gonna like change the game for comic book movies, you know, because they realize they're saying a lot in their headlines about the fatigue of superhero movies, and we're seeing that fatigue in these Marvel movies that keep coming out recently.
Ken, this isn't a Rebel Moon sponsorship.
Kevin.
You're good.
Oh, like,
Hey,
sorry,
you're good.
Uncle Kev,
I
get the laser on his ass.
Nah, but-
blast him. No, I also say this. Let me say one more thing before you go.
Okay, go ahead.
I know I like the July release date. I like that. I like the color scheme that he's shown so far. I'm glad he's going back with a more classic Christopher Reeves type of color. Guys, always told you, I always felt the suit was too dark in Man of Steel and in Batman v versus Superman. I like a lot brighter suit. I think it gives a better.
He's basically saying the light blue is the only suit that Superman ever wears.
No,
I'm
not.
I'm just.
Yeah, I can't talk for
Go
shit,
ahead,
bro.
go ahead.
God
Go
damn.
ahead.
All I'm saying is I think the Christopher Reeves, like the light blue, the lighter colors just give off that more like Superman, like bright, happy, save the world type vibe. The darker suit to me just felt more like depressing, and I didn't like that. That felt very much like some Watchmen type shit, which I didn't like.
Okay.
Superman's not supposed to be relatable, bro. That's how it's supposed to be. He's a fucking alien. He's not supposed to be relatable. He's perfect. Yes, I said it.
What?
Superman is not relatable. If you want a relatable character in DC, it's probably Batman because he's human. He has to go through
The
things.
American flag boy is not relatable.
He's not. He's supposed to be what you strive to be because he's perfect. You're supposed to strive to be Superman. You may not never get there, but you strive for Superman.
I mean,
perfection.
How can I be relatable to Batman? I don't have parents that died in the fucking alleyway and got shot to death
Because Batman.
I'm not rich.
No, it's not that.
mean-
It's this. This thing about Batman. Batman has all this money and all this stuff, but Batman still tries to find a way to save the world and try to be he tries to help the world even though he doesn't have to. He tries to be he's a broken person who tries to do right even though he doesn't have to because he's rich. He doesn't need to go out there and fight crime.
But that's not relatable because if I had money, shit, I ain't going out fighting crime.
No, that's his choice. But what I'm saying as far as Batman though, he actually goes through real emotion. He goes through struggles. He deals with his own issues. He's a closed off person because of the way he's dealt with. Superman is perfection, bro. He's an alien. Superman has no flaws. He never had flaws. Why? The character is what you strive to be. Superman is what you strive to be. You may not ever get that. You strive for Superman.
But if you're striving to be like somebody, aren't you trying to relate to them?
I'm not supposed to relate to him.
If you have like a celebrity idol or somebody, you look up to them in some way you relate to them because there's a coexistence to that word.
Okay. The difference between Marvel and DC, which I always love Marvel more because Marvel's characters all been more relatable. Even the characters that are like Captain America, the great characters like those, they're human and they have issues. Superman's always been a character that no one's ever been related to because Superman's above all else. Hey, I'm making a good point. Superman's above all else. He is perfection. When you look at all the characters over DC, he's the one that he's the beacon of hope because he is what you strive to be. That's how it always has been. When has Superman ever been relatable? When he was first created, he was never supposed to be relatable. He's an alien.
Because he deals with family problems. He's like Spider-Man.
I mean, he has a...
He's not Spider-Man. Spider-Man actually is a teenager, got emotions and actual real issues. Superman's perfect. He has one flaw. One kill Superman's kryptonite.
Okay, hold on. Wait.
Got no issues. I saw
Zack Snyder's version, yes.
I saw one of the writers for Superman that was talking about somebody like you. He said the difference between Superman is that he has these family problems, like family reunions where like people come from space and stuff. It's just like another symbolism for it. It's not like straight to your face about like, oh, Superman's family problems are this or that. He's dealing with it in another intergalactic way, but it's still something that happens.
Yep.
But Superman. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say this. The man has a 9-to-5 job. He
chooses to do that shit.
Okay, but I'm saying is he has all these things. Why? Because he wants to be relatable as far as a person and be an actual person and not just this alien being. He has a relationship. He has a girlfriend he has Lois Lane as his girlfriend. So like he faces problems that every other character faces.
He should never be at the level. He should never be at the level of Batman and all these other characters. He's above all of them. Superman is not on the same level as Batman. We can say popularity-wise, whatever we want to say. As far as characters, Superman is the creme de la creme when it comes to DC Universe. He is your guy.
So he's the mascot
for DC.
You get mad at Zack Snyder for making Superman relatable, but literally they just made Superman like watch my adventures with Superman. Superman was relatable.
Yes, and that's why people love that show.
Literally,
bro. My problem with Zack Snyder's his Superman was so fucking down and always bad in a bad mood. He felt like Batman. He felt like he was in the Watchmen universe. Just everything was shit. He never had no good movie.
We're not talking about Zack Snyder's Superman right now.
You're talking about Superman in general. That's where you were directing it at.
No, I'm saying Superman himself, the character has always been a character that's above. He is what you strive to be. Zack Snyder's version Rebel Moon, December 2nd, 22nd. Zack Snyder's version failed to comprehend that part of Superman, which is why his Superman fell flat as far as the Superman vibes that you got from him. You didn't get. He tried to make it up with BVS for having him try to save a couple people, but you didn't feel like, damn, Superman, bro. That's hope. That's who I want to be. I strive for that. He felt more like a Batman character or a darker character like his Watchmen characters, which is not Zack Snyder's fault. He just does darker characters way better. Like why Watchmen's so great. Those are dark characters who are fucking depressing.
That's not our argument. That's not our argument, though.
But what I'm saying, Superman should never be on that level. He should never be where you're like, damn, man, Superman always fucking sad and always fucking broken.
Superman can't be sad?
Not all the fucking time. Superman should have those kind of moments all the time.
When Lois
and Superman, even when Lois died. When Lois died and Joker killed Lois, he went fucking AWOL.
See, this is the problem. You're taking it to the extreme. When Lois and him have a relationship problem, that's not relatable?
That's relatable, but Superman he never shows like, I'm just down and out. He never shows, oh, I'm just beat up by the world. He don't show that.
Well, hold on.
It's part of him putting it all on his back and carrying the shit.
But isn't that life in general? Like, there's sometimes where you got to be strong for people, right?
Superman's always...
You can't show your vulnerabilities, right?
Zack Snyder didn't do that with his movie. He didn't do that
Stop
in his
bringing up
movie.
Zack Snyder. We're
We're
talking about
talking about Superman
I'm
in
talking about
general.
the most recent Superman we've had.
Okay, well, you want to get on the most. We're talking about Superman in general. You were talking about Superman in general when you were saying, "Oh,
Yes.
James Gunn."
He should be. I hope Superman is at a higher level. You can have moments like that. You can have those moments when he's vulnerable.
Because you said what I like about James Gunn, he's going back to the classic Superman where and all this and like.
No, I like the look. I said classic look.
You said
I
classic.
said classic look.
Okay, but you said classic look, and then you said because Superman not supposed to be relatable and all this shit.
I hope his Superman. It's not supposed. You can have moments where he's like, "Oh, okay, I'm talking about my great lady" and stuff like that. But the world should not be able to beat up Superman. Superman should not be beat up by the world. If that's what his personal
You don't have to be beat up to be relatable, bro.
No, I'm saying though, he shouldn't. Superman holds himself to. He's held to a higher standard. He does things that the Batmans don't do, that the Green Lanterns don't do. He's above that. He's supposed to be what you strive to be. You may not never hit it, but you strive for it. That's all I'm saying. I want Superman to be where you strive to be. He's supposed to be a goddamn. Our daddy said all the time he hates that he's always a damn good boy and a damn goody two shoes. That's who the character is.
I said Boy Scout.
He's supposed to be a Boy Scout. That's like Superman. He's supposed to be a Boy Scout. Is he not?
And that's relatable to people. Like being a Boy Scout, people that are good people.
I agree.
Like,
I'm cool with being relatable. He's being a Boy Scout and being Mr. Perfect. I want to be Mr. Perfect. You got these little moments with him and Lois, but I want to be Mr. Perfect for the most part.
okay, well then we agree. I just didn't like you saying. I just didn't like you saying.
No, you ain't like a lot of
things
things I've been saying. Y'all been trying to cut me off in this DC conversation.
You
I saw you take those shots at Marvel too.
Wrong. You
I saw you
said
take those shots at Marvel.
You said he could not be relatable.
You started off wrong when you said Marvel's over here making these whack movies.
No, you started off wrong when you said that Marvel had more relatable characters than DC.
They do.
That's cap.
Hold on, Alec. Who has more relatable characters, Marvel or DC?
I didn't expect to be thrown on the spot like this.
Okay, Jim Harbaugh.
I was not ready for the moment here.
Be real. Think about it. Marvel, you have the Spider-Mans, you have the characters that all these
The Spider-Man might just be enough for me, to be honest.
Iron Man. Iron Man's another one.
Iron Man's
relatable, bro. Got a lot of father issues, just like Batman. He got issues with his own family. He's adopted.
You guys remember when you said that Iron Man was a B-list character, and now he's like bringing him on.
He's a B-list. No, I'm saying I got more.
Being relatable.
Hulk ain't relatable. A man fighting with his inner self, his own demons.
If you got like anger issues and want to go punch a wall, sure.
Yeah, everyone has that. He finds X-Men are relatable.
Yeah, X-Men are.
Yeah,
I'll give you that.
Okay,
Spider-Man.
Spider-Man's relatable as hell.
Spider-Man, yeah.
Who else I'm trying to think?
All right, now go through the rest of their 1,000 characters.
Captain America's relatable. Trying to figure out how to move around in the world that doesn't revolve around him or not from his time period.
I can see that.
Okay, we went through the X-Men. I think Black Panther's relatable. Because Black Panther's a person trying to do the right thing and try to lead the best way he knows how, but not always doing it the best of ways. That's relatable. How many DC characters can you name that are like that? Wonder Woman's pretty much shit. What's her problem? What's her biggest struggle? What's Superman's biggest struggle? The
same way, and like
they're gods. That's what I'm saying. DC's not relatable because they're all gods.
Why do you do this thing where you go to like status? Like you did,
they are gods.
You just did the same thing with Superman. Like his status of being overpowered means he's not relatable.
Hold on, do we not see them as a?
Is Spider-Man not overpowered?
Spider-Man has flaws. He can't get women. Spider-Man has problem with girls or stuff like that. He has all kind of issues like that.
That's a nerd issue.
Wonder Woman, I never see Wonder Woman. Bro, those guys don't have the same kind. Wonder Woman's a beautiful woman, powerful, all kinds of stuff. She's a god. Martian Manhunter has flaws. I'll give you him. He got issues too that you can relate with. Okay. But most of the characters over in DC are gods. They're pretty much perfection. Marvel doesn't have how many godly characters does Marvel have? Most of Marvel's best characters are all human beings with some powers. They're not god level.
But who's the most popular, like in most DC projects? It's not
Batman.
Okay.
Who's
relatable. Right. Who's street level? Who's street level and relatable? And who's also the most popular? So when I bring up DC, I'm not just talking about the heroes. I'm talking about like the whole catalog, villains. Like they're relatable.
You not see Lex Luthor jawline? It's perfect. No, I get what you're saying. My only thing I'm trying to say though, bro, all I'm saying is Batman's probably the most relatable character. I give you that. But I feel like a lot of their characters are just not as relatable because they're gods. That's all I'm saying. While Spider-Man's a high school kid going through his own struggles.
I feel like there's not that many.
Shit, y'all got a bunch of gods. Y'all ever see the fucking Justice League logo? All them damn gods y'all got over there. Y'all got y'all damn still in the space. Y'all shit's in space. A vegetarian in space,
bro. So NASA pilots are gods because they go into
space? They got suits on. Y'all be flying up there straight up, just like no problem.
Not everybody.
The only way I do that is Batman and the Green Arrows and stuff. But y'all got the big boys up there. Do they don't think Mr. Tornado?
So are the Green Lanterns gods?
Green. I mean, technically, They don't need. They can go through all kinds. No, they're humans still. They just got powers. But Wonder Woman, Hawk Girl,
Aquaman.
Hot girl,
Aquaman,
Hot girl is like a relationship type thing that's relatable.
Still,
Whatever,
she's a different. She's a princess.
that don't mean anything.
She's a different level. She's got what Black Widow is.
Why are you looking at their status and saying
Status
that's not
matters.
relatable?
Like a character who's just Aquaman. Aquaman's the king of Atlantis. Status does matter.
That does, bro. That's ignoring his story arcs. You're just saying like, oh yeah, he's a king of Atlantis. That's it. Like he doesn't have.
You think Aquaman was
troubles.
relatable?
You don't think Aquaman has troubles and issues that are relatable?
What the hell are you pulling up? My fault. He already knows something else. Hey,
You don't think people lost family?
that's every character though.
Okay, but that's relatable. That's the start.
That's relatable. But I'm saying, as far as the character as a whole, most of those characters don't have issues that you go through. Like, okay, as a kid, Spider-Man was very relatable because he's a kid that like you, going through things like you. Superman was very relatable as a kid.
To kids that want to be Boy Scouts and want to be good people.
He's the what you strive for. But
No,
like
you keep changing the words.
that is what you strive for. You ain't gonna be the Boy Scout. You're gonna strive for the Boy Scout.
That's not relatable.
No, that is relatable.
So when you go through controversy and then you look at this character and say, man, I still want to be a good person. I still want to keep going. That's relatable.
Yes.
You will not twist the words of this DC film.
I don't hate the DC universe, but everybody say I hate DC. I love DC. I love Marvel more.
You don't show it.
Shut the hell up. We got the damn phone. Get the next topic going.
Okay.
Hey. Respect to the casting.
The casting's good.
Yeah, casting's
That's
good.
Man, we always go on the board.
that's the takeaway.
I do feel like. Hold on, damn! I was just adding. I was just adding
Let
on
him
Superman.
add his 2 cents.
I know, damn! I was just
Right,
adding
right.
on Superman legacy. It does feel like a lot though for a first Superman movie, but it's not supposed to be an origin movie, so I do
It's
understand
like
it.
skipping into
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
Superman's supposed to be like starting.
You got DC boys all right together, all together.
Well, it's James Gunn. Like I don't care.
I'm a James Gunn fan too. He was part of Marvel. We helped build the formula. You're welcome. We helped give y'all the formula.
I was also a fan of James Gunn before he was.
Yeah,
doing
but then you
Guardians
lost
of the
him.
When he was doing stupid.
We gave him to y'all.
Facts.
You lost
Facts.
him.
We gave him to y'all.
The Scooby Doo.
How you gonna let your best talent go to another league?
Because y'all have the apprentice. We have the master. Kevin Feige's the master. He's the apprentice of Kevin Feige.
Oh yeah, the master of like flopping material lately.
Hey, when y'all can make 20 movies, talk to me then.
We will.
When y'all can win some rings, y'all like the Houston Texans, we the Cowboys.
We're gonna do 20 movies, and we're gonna do it accurately to like how it's supposed to be in the
Oh,
comics.
really?
Mhm.
Is the Blue Beetle was the start, huh? Who's the start off?
Blue Beetle wasn't.
He
really
wasn't
started.
there during Blue Beetle.
Y'all still dropping that Aquaman this December, aren't y'all?
He
I mean,
wasn't
yeah,
there
why not?
during Aquaman.
I'm about to say that. I'm about to say y'all still dropping these projects though, right?
I mean, yeah.
Yeah,
why
from
not?
the old
So when we
regime.
gonna start talking about the Superman? The Superman's the first one y'all gonna really want to talk about?
Yeah.
Like,
You gonna see.
Perfect time for when we got our shit popping too. Let's see who really like that. When we get our reboot going, let's see who really like that. Cause that'll be a fresh start for both teams. Let's see who really like that.
You see the thing with Marvel fans is that they didn't want to reboot so long ago, but now all of a sudden
This ain't my reboot. I said it's not a reboot like what you were talking about.
it's still a reboot.
You talking about a whole complete start. I just want no damn start. I don't want to see Iron Man story again. I don't want a whole origin story and shit. This completely
yeah,
different.
you want the same actors. Still.
Shit, you want Harley Quinn and Viola Davis back.
Why not?
Robert Downey Jr. ain't making billions no more.
You ain't gonna
Harley
see
Quinn
it
just came off
either.
$1 billion movie.
Yeah, sure.
I'm sorry, Harley Quinn came off $1 billion movie. It's different. It's not the same. Robert Downey Jr. has been humbled.
All right.
I love you, Robert Downey Jr.
Yeah, give him 200 million more than the budget than the movie's gonna be.
Oh,
Sure.
stop. That movie gonna make a Billy.
But yeah, let's move on to Star Wars.
Yeah, let's move on.
So,
Star Wars.
Star
No,
Wars.
Oh,
Yeah,
boy.
you know.
Yeah.
This is like we.
So Dave Filoni, also known
shit.
as Father Dave from time to time.
Yeah.
I've been negative Nancy today.
He's now he now has a new role as a chief creative officer of Lucasfilm. He said this was a pretty cool quote. He said, quote, "I'm not telling people what to do, but I do feel I'm trying to help them tell the best story they want. I need to be a help across the galaxy here, like a part of a Jedi Council." He's more serving alongside with Kathleen Kennedy now as far as development of projects. So, yeah, how we feel about this news, guys?
I don't feel anything.
I mean, it's cool. I mean, it's kind of something that should have happened a long time ago,
For
I feel
sure,
like.
for sure.
But now that Dave's kind of second to Catherine, I'm sure, or I'm hoping he'll whisper in her ear and say, hey, this is a good idea, or like, hey, no, this is a bad idea, and help green light or shut down some projects. Or,
I mean, look, can it get any worse than what Kathleen was?
I mean,
No.
The main person overseeing it?
But listen, Star Wars is in such a bad place that I feel like this is a move that you're just trying to do that's not going to really change anything, but they're just trying to say, hey, we're going to make him like COO. Like, hey, you guys, here you go. Like, hey, you guys been wanting him to replace Kathleen Kennedy. He's not gonna do that. But he's gonna get close to it.
But that's the thing. That maybe it leads to that. Maybe right now it starts off, hey, he's serving as chief executive officer, and they're just like maybe even the person that's ahead of Kathleen already knows this. Is like, hey, I'm gonna usher in Dave. I'm not gonna do a full hostile takeover yet. I'm gonna usher in Dave, let him build himself up, and then his ass is gonna overrun Kathleen, get her out of there.
It's a possibility.
Yeah.
This is my problem. I'm negative Nancy today. I don't hate the signing, but I don't trust Dave Filoni like that either because that man doesn't know how to close out stories. He just makes a whole bunch of arcs and keeps creating different arcs and stuff like that. And that's my fear with Dave Filoni is now you give him this power. I don't know if he's going to see through with stories being completed because he's always about creativity. So he likes to create different stories like, oh, let's jump here. Let's do this. He doesn't stick on one thing. I think when you're having somebody that's in this kind of role, they need to be able to see the bigger picture, but also be able to stay in the moment and see like, okay, we have to tell a story before we can jump onto another story. That's the biggest thing with Dave Filoni. And also, Kathleen Kennedy gets a lot of hate. And I give it to her too. We all give a lot of hate. But I ain't gonna just blame Kathleen Kennedy because Kathleen Kennedy is, talking to the business. She's talking to the suits. But Jon Favreau, Dave Filoni, they didn't come through either.
Yeah, for sure.
With that Mando last season, with the Boba Fett show, with Obi-Wan Kenobi, like these guys are supposed to be the Star Wars heads who are closest to George Lucas.
I love that.
And shit wasn't going through right. So I'm not gonna say this is like a great, we're all ball back in. I do like the move. I think it's great to bring him on board. But I got a lot to see with him because I'm not sold on Dave Filoni being able to create even new stories. Cause I feel like he likes to stay in his own little time period with the Clone Wars and with the Ahsoka show being like kind of that line. Like, I don't know what he wants to do outside of those timelines. And I think whoever comes in there needs to be somebody who has bigger visions and bigger plans for Star Wars. Like I would love someone who has, like how Kevin Feige is for Marvel, or like James Gunn's with DC now, where he has all this. I brought James Gunn up DC, so I'm down.
Okay.
How he has all this knowledge of the comic books and stuff like that. I would love someone to come in as the head of Star Wars that has knowledge of the video games and has knowledge of these old like comic books and stuff like that. Just has the knowledge. Not saying you gotta take all this stuff and bring it all on screen like that, but just have the knowledge of different things, so you could take these stories and be like, hey, you know what? I would love to tell a story in this time period with this kind of like. This is our basic outline of what we want to do with these characters.
I think what you're trying to say is that you would have cared about this move more if it happened earlier.
Yeah, that's true.
Okay.
Exactly. But also, I want to see Dave Filoni be able to expand outside of the Clone War era.
Okay, well, that's the thing. That's the thing I'm thinking about. So what if, like, now that he's in a higher position, what if George comes back? As far as like being in the studio more often.
He's been in the studio.
Huh?
He shows up.
I'm talking about as far as the creative process.
He's
like
not
being a little advisor.
Yeah, you might as well
serving a little advisory role.
You gotta bet you forget me to say fuck Marvel and go DC.
I'm saying he's close with Dave.
He's not coming back, bro. George Lucas is not gonna come back and work with Disney, bro. He's not gonna do that.
They already burned his script once.
And also, I think George Lucas.
But would they burn his script this time if Dave?
But it's not just that. I think George Lucas felt like, okay,
Dave ain't burning that shit.
But George Lucas been done. He said, "I wipe up my hands clean of it. I gave y'all a script. Y'all want to continue on where I left off, but I'm done. I'm moving on." I don't think George Lucas has interest in coming back and doing a story because he told his story. He said his story was a Skywalker saga and the Clone Wars shit that happened. He helped with the Clone Wars, but that's it. So I don't think George Lucas is going to come in and say, oh, let's tell this other story. I don't see him coming back to do anything. And I don't think you should go to George Lucas. I think you need to find more creative people with writing skills that like Star Wars, that know other shit besides the shit that we're already in.
But I'm saying George Lucas is the main guy who created all
but
this.
George Lucas he's always been around though.
But I'm saying like Old Republic.
But George Lucas was around. He's always like made that shit like show love to that shit. Yeah, facts. But he's already been doing what you're talking about doing. He's been on the shows of Mando and Ahsoka and all these shows on the sets. He's done that. I don't see him getting any more involved in that. And I don't think Kathleen Kennedy and the rest of Disney would be cool with that anyway.
Well, I think back then it was more of like he would be on the sets, but it was more of like Kathleen and the rest of them. It's all closed ears. They're not accepting any of his ideas. It's all closed ears. Versus, I think now with Dave potentially, like he might be open for a lot of.
Nah, bro. Dave was supposed to be his guy, and that's the thing.
Knows?
If you're telling me we need George Lucas back, that means Dave Filoni ain't the guy. Then we need George Lucas to come back and help run this shit.
I just said as a small.
But Dave Filoni's supposed to be the apprentice of George Lucas. Like basically everything he knows is from George Lucas hand on. So we shouldn't need George Lucas to come back. Like you can say, oh, George Lucas come on set, come check out some shit. But you shouldn't need George Lucas to come back in that studio and tell you what to be going with for a script or anything like that, or where to go with Star Wars.
I think Dave was scared, man. That's what I think. I think Dave was the apprentice of George Lucas, and he was scared to take the role that he needed to take before.
Wouldn't you be scared? I mean, George Lucas is that guy, but look at these Star Wars fans.
But he did. But him not taking the role before has disappointed Star Wars like as a whole.
Yeah, hey, bro. I like Dave Filoni a lot, but I like Dave Filoni most as a creator. Creating. I don't know if I like him as an overseeing. I just don't like. They need to find their Kevin Feige. I don't know if it's Dave. I don't know who it is. Maybe it's Jon Favreau more than Kevin Feige than Dave Filoni. But
I think it would have used to been Dave, but Dave done fell off at this point. Like he don't know.
Well, even Ahsoka. Look at Ahsoka. My thing with Dave Filoni, he always gives you these like, oh, I got these other stories I'm not gonna close out. Like he got the Ahsoka shit. That we got a whole thing with Balin that ain't gonna get closed out.
He might still close it out.
He said that they're open to it.
He said he's doing it season 2. He's already writing.
He said, but
so now we going to force season 2 down my throat.
I mean,
that
is it really
fair?
You literally, and I remember because I was editing the fucking Ahsoka videos, a couple days ago, and you literally were talking about, oh, I wonder what season 2 is going to do. I wonder what season 2. So you expected a season 2 in the beginning.
When he first announced the show, though, it wasn't supposed to be. It was supposed to be a season one season. Then we get to we're gonna go to fucking get ready for these movies. Because now my thing is,
did he ever say that?
This is my thing. This is my problem. Okay, I could break some of Dave Filoni's writing down and tell you how fucked up his writing is.
Go ahead.
Want me to rip his shit like that? Like rip Ahsoka?
Hey,
I'll rip Ahsoka right now.
Please do, man.
Yeah, go ahead.
Let's start with this. How does it make sense for Thrawn to be this multi-dimensional villain who knows everything and knows where Ezra is and never killed Ezra? Just let him live there and stay there on the planet.
He didn't want to send troopers out.
He couldn't afford to waste the men.
Yeah, he didn't want to waste the men.
So you took a chance and you told that Jedi where Ezra was. You told her where he was and let her go out there and go find him.
Javante,
hold on. Let me say this before you go.
Yeah, but then he sent Balin and his apprentice out to kill them both.
But as Thrawn, who this character is supposed to be mentally sharp and like very like strategic, he don't think about that?
Well, I'm gonna answer you the question.
Go ahead.
Javante. He knew that people were gonna be looking for Ezra. Thus, once they came for Ezra, he knew what his escape would be. He would have a reason. He would have a way of escaping from where he was at.
But now you brought all that shit. Okay, here's nothing. I'll break nothing down then. We'll rip it all up. Ezra Ezra being by himself for that long, he didn't question, or I wish they would have a moment where he would have questioned your girl, Sabine, and said like, hey, like, why'd you give it all up? I spent 10 years here. And you just gave it up to Thrawn, and like you just gave it up to Balin to get Thrawn back out of here. Like I basically wasted my 10 years.
He didn't know the context,
but he knew she got there. How she get there? She had to find the map to get there. Mm-hmm. So I would have liked to see him have some issues where like why are you here? Like what did you do? I wasted 10 years of my life. I've been stuck on this planet with no life, no human life for 10 years.
But you treated like
you gave everything up.
But you treated like
to
Sabine.
Find me?
But you treated like Sabine was the one that was the first person to act.
She's the one that gave Balin the map.
I'm saying, but you treated like Sabine was the one that started this whole mission of trying to find Ezra. Balin was already looking for
But she could have destroyed it, DeAndre. That's my point. She could have destroyed it. She chose not. She gave it to him to go take her to Ezra. So it basically was like, go ahead.
But that's what I'm saying. Like he wouldn't have known to ask that question because he doesn't know. Like,
but instead of having me see all these damn little turtle things, you could have had a moment like, how'd you even get here? And I would love the explanation to see him have a moment like that.
I agree with you. That would have been like good writing.
Yes.
But like I think they tried to like ignore that point by saying that from his point of view, technically he wouldn't have known to ask that because all he knows is that there's a group of people that just came, you know what I'm saying? That just came to the planet.
Even our Balin's apprentice, we learned nothing about her throughout all those episodes. We learned nothing. What did you find out from her about her that you didn't know from episode 1?
No backstory.
Not shit. This is bad writing I'm ripping up right now. Look, he wants to defend it. Like how I'm a bonk, he defended it right now. You can't.
Did we know anything about Darth Maul before Dave Filoni wrote the Clone Wars?
See how you try to flip it, bro? This is not the same, bro. You introduced a character to Darth Maul was not introduced. He was introduced not in Dave Filoni. Dave Filoni tried to explain to bring him the character back. But this character was in his show, which he created. This character is brand new. He created this character. And there's no backstory.
Okay.
No problem with that? Bad writing. What else I got a problem with?
The time between worlds thing. That was the mess.
That shit all over the place. Well, you got a problem with that too? Kids over here helping me rip this shit up. Tag team. See, we ripping this shit up right now. What else I rip up?
He relies on other material to tell a story.
Yes. Ezra.
Whoa,
No,
gentlemen.
you've been sitting there and signed. You got something to say? Go ahead. Talk your shit.
Oh boy, I'm scared.
Go ahead, sir.
I think the meaning of having the Clone Wars flashbacks and then bringing Hayden back as Anakin, it's important because
For nostalgia?
No, for both Ahsoka and for Anakin. Because I think at the end of the day, when Anakin realized that he failed as a master to Ahsoka, with the flashbacks, with the teachings he was trying to teach her, he made her a better, not a Jedi, but a better master for Sabine in the end, is what it was all about.
Mm-hmm.
So he helped Ahsoka pick up where he failed her, so she could help Sabine. Which
okay,
is why
I can rock with that.
Which is why it's big that Sabine stayed in the end with Ahsoka versus going back with Ezra.
Okay, I can rock with that. Can we talk about the situation of how Bayla at the end, like what that leads to? Like why would you end it like that?
Well, Dave had said that for now they're gonna wait and see.
That was before the announcement of season 2. That's what I'm saying though. Dave Filoni makes a lot of different things. He'll create things and put you in these scenarios, and he won't close out.
Well, that's my point. Don't you think he probably was already planning season 2 by the way he ended it?
But that wasn't the plan when you wrote that shit.
And maybe it changed. Maybe just
Alec, can I counteract what you just said? Actually,
go ahead.
Are you gonna be mean to Anakin? Because we don't do that.
Listen.
We don't do that. We leave Hayden. Hayden
guy.
has been through enough.
Listen, this. Okay, so the time between worlds thing, right?
Right.
You say that had to happen for them to have a flashback. Why couldn't they just literally have a fucking flashback? Why do you have to go into the land between worlds?
So you rather have
and all
like be
this
sleeping
stuff?
and think about that shit?
Yeah, I'd rather that than waste my time hyping up going into that.
Well, here's the thing.
Because we don't know a lot about it.
We don't.
Right?
We don't.
So that was a chance to dive into it and kind of explore and expand on something and bring it into a wider audience that are just now watching this show and that didn't watch the cartoons. But instead of doing that, you did not take that risk and you played it safe and you went into a fucking flashback that literally meant, yes, it taught her a lesson about, she could be a better master. It was closure for both of them. It was good closure, right? For both of them, I guess, right? I mean, but he's a fucking Force ghost. He could have went to her without the fucking War Between Worlds. But hey, yeah, it was closure. Well, whatever.
No, but the War Between Worlds is important. I didn't mean to cut you off, but here's why. So when Bayla knocked Ahsoka off the cliff, right? The whole premise of, when I say premise, we've only seen this happen one other time with Ezra when he pulls Ahsoka out against Vader, right? In like a near-death moment, Ezra pulled Ahsoka out and saved her, right? Mm-hmm. And when she first meets Anakin, he tells her, like, do you know what happened? And she's like, no, I don't. She practically died, but Anakin interfered, pulled her out of that point.
You see the problem?
I do.
The problem?
I do.
You're putting imagery where they didn't show. They didn't show Anakin just pulling. They didn't show Anakin.
It's kind of inferred.
They showed Ezra.
You gotta watch the cartoon, bro.
They showed Ezra doing that, right?
No, but Anakin literally tells her, like, do you know what happened? And she's like, no. And he goes, you lost.
Do you know what happened? You lost does not mean that he pulled
she fell off a cliff into the water.
She could have fell into the fucking portal, bro. Like who knows? They don't show it.
Okay. Here's the thing, right? Here's the thing. The thing that makes Star Wars, I think, is the Force, right? And how it works in mysterious. It's just something you really can't explain, which makes it kind of cool and unknown. It's just
you can't explain
the Force.
It used to work in mysterious ways when it's fucking Star Wars started, came out, and we didn't know much about it. But then the more that something goes on, the more that you're supposed to learn about something, and then it's not. And then, but
are we not seeing more of it? Because before the Force, all it was being able to lift things or trick people. That's all it was. That's all we knew.
And that's my point.
And the War Between
Worlds,
Worlds
changed it. The prequels added more to the Force.
Yeah, prequels did. And then with the War Between Worlds, it's like a whole. That's some third eye moment.
That's some shit I don't understand that Dave Filoni introduced that Rebel shit. I still don't get that all the way.
And I don't get it either. But you just got to kind of work. You got to work with it.
You got to go with it.
You got to work with it. You got to go with it.
But that's the thing. At least with George Lucas shit, like kids say, at least with George Lucas, we understood what the fuck he was saying.
Exactly.
Like with the Mandalorians, we understood what was happening. With that World Between Worlds shit, I'm still kind of lost how all that shit works. And that's the problem because I'm kind of like, if I'm like that, and I'm a Star Wars fan, what the average person is saying who don't watch that shit like that or didn't watch Rebels.
Yeah, you gotta read the novels.
Look, I gotta read books. I gotta watch.
You gotta know the lore. The lore.
That's what the
lore is there.
But like we said last time,
they do it to test you guys, to see who is really Star Wars
who's a real Jedi.
Who's a real?
Here's my thing. Here's my thing. Right. So the one thing about Star Wars, and it's always kind of crappy with Star Wars versus Marvel or DC. Marvel and DC will at least try to make things make sense and explain everything. But with Star Wars, it's just like you got to know everything about Star Wars for it to make sense.
No,
like
you don't, because
you do.
They did a hyperdrive in the movie and just crashed into a ship, and they never did that before.
That's true.
You know what I mean? Like the big stuff that they just do it out there.
But we can't say that because we understood, like, even with cloning, we understood as time went on, after Jango Fett died, and there was less of, you couldn't clone him no more, they became less accurate, less everything, because they had no more genetics. So like shit like that, we just kind of knew because George Lucas did a good job explaining his original trilogy with his prequels. Now you can say what you feel about the acting, the prequels, whatever like that, right? Mm-hmm. I know I like the prequels. I know we like prequels. But a lot of the stuff that we had questions about was explained, like how the Force even worked, like with the whole like being able to not be able to let go of things, not being attached. We got all that. We learned all that kind of stuff. With Dave Filoni's shit, I feel like a lot of this shit, not even just that show, but Obi-Wan Kenobi, Boba Fett, a lot of this shit goes to writing. And I gotta give Dave Filoni just as much shit as I give Jon Favreau and Kathleen Kennedy. He gotta eat that shit up with them. Because Dave Filoni, as a Star Wars guy like you are, if you're really about George Lucas's baby, when you see them damn test footage and you see that shit, how it's gonna look before it comes out, you see them episodes. If you saw that Boba Fett and said, oh, that's Boba Fett that I grew up with, that's Boba Fett that I've read canon about, read comics about, and you said that works, then I got an issue. You tell me as a Star Wars fan, how do you watch that Boba Fett show? We're not even in the directing seats. We don't even direct none of this shit. As a Star Wars fan, if you watch that Boba Fett show right there and there, and before that shit came on Disney Plus, and they said, what do you think? If Kathleen's asking you, you good to go?
No.
And that's why I never understood with like the Star Wars fans after that show happened. Why are we still acting like this guy is like the hero of the fucking franchise? Like he's gonna save, like he's speaking the mind of the fans. Like he's gonna walk into the fucking office and say, "Hey, this isn't how it's supposed to be."
Actually, who directed Boba Fett? Like seriously, I don't know who directed it.
The Spy Kids,
Robert Rodriguez.
Oh, okay.
But you had Jon Favreau overseeing.
I mean,
and Dave Filoni. Gianni told me.
I'm just saying.
The guy who directed Spy Kids and Boba Fett.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right, that's been moved. All of a sudden, makes a lot more sense now.
As far as
very Spy Kids,
even bringing back, even bringing Danny Trejo.
Yeah,
that makes a lot of sense.
As far as Star Wars content, majority of the good shit has been from Dave.
True.
Like what? Ahsoka?
But you're talking about in the past.
Clone Wars.
Clone Wars had George Lucas on with him. That's what I'm saying.
But that last season was all day.
Fine. But I'm saying it's built off George Lucas
like
and Dave
Filoni. Okay, fine. Ahsoka. Some of the episodes from like
bad writing.
From this, the episodes from like Mandalorian that were directed by Dave Filoni were good.
Hold on, that's what I'm saying though. If you overseeing, you supposed to be Star Wars dog. You supposed to be top dog in Star Wars, and you know Star Wars. How do you let season 3 of Mando happen and be okay with that?
Okay, the problem with what you just said, really, and what I just know is the pattern.
I see him come at.
What I just know is the pattern is like,
what's up?
Like you said, like the first one was the Clone Wars was with George Lucas, and then the Mandalorian, like other people built that, and then he jumped in and did something. So what I'm noticing the pattern.
You're asking what has he built?
Yes.
Exactly.
I mean, Ahsoka was pretty fun.
Ahsoka got flaws, bro.
It was pretty good, but I mean, hey.
But all I'm saying, you're telling me George Lucas, if you need George Lucas to hold his hand, that's what you're trying to say. You're trying to say George Lucas needs to hold his hand?
Technically Rebels. Rebels was his.
We don't watch Rebels like that, bro.
It's cool. I like it.
Rebels wasn't bad. Yeah. It was okay.
Let me ask you this, though. Do we need George Lucas to hold his hand? Is that what you're trying to say?
Oh, no.
You think he carries Star Wars by himself?
I just said he can if he wanted to, but I don't.
And we're not just gonna make all the problems. You think he can put the right people in position to make films and make content? Because I saw they brought Spy Kids in. Look, and what he do Boba Fett.
Look, all I'm gonna say is, like I said at the beginning,
they bring Taika Waititi.
I've seen.
You talking about TD coming?
Hell no.
I
heard this shit was canceled.
Oh really?
I heard. That's what I lost.
He made a headline like a week or two.
Yeah,
I thought he was talking about what he wanted or what he was planning.
Yeah, it was about what he wanted.
Hey, that's like the fifth guy. That's nothing.
Yeah, because they're gonna get canceled.
Hey, that ain't surprising. That's like the fifth guy they don't cancel. They got rid of Game of Thrones directors. They got rid of everybody. They always got Patty Jenkins. They always move up from directors.
Look, like I said at the beginning. I'm not sure how it's going to work with Dave Filoni.
I feel
but I've seen Star Wars at a fucking low point to this point where like anything is better.
But you can't just blame it on Kathleen. You gotta blame it on him. You gotta blame it on him too. He takes some of that blame for them shows.
For sure, there's some things.
Him and Jon Favreau take blame.
He needs to be held accountable. I hope he listens to some of the reviews. I hope he sees what the fuck that fans are. I hope he hears what fans are saying.
I need Kathleen Kennedy to like leave Star Wars one day and then drop a book and just tell the truth about like.
South Park tried to do a little bit of that, but They want South Park ass.
South Park was funny. They were
got
spot
on
on
their ass for
too.
that.
Yeah.
The mouse did not like that.
They were spot on about it though.
But yeah, let us know your thoughts on Dave Filoni in his new position at Lucasfilm.
Shout it, and I'm a Star Wars lover. I love Star Wars. It's my favorite franchise, and when it's done right, it's the best franchise. So I hope Star Wars does well. I'm not a Star Wars. Hey, I just want to be realistic with Star Wars.
Do you think Dave?
But look, if Star Wars ain't working out, we got Rebel Moon. Rebel Moon. Let's go. That's not Rebel Moon. December 22nd.
The sci-fi game is
That's
changing.
right. The hierarchy of the sci-fi.
About to change.
Do you think Dave will greenlit a season 2 of Obi-Wan?
Next topic, please.
Well, if he does that, then
Probably.
all right, then he's definitely not. He's definitely not fit for his role.
I think he would be.
All right, last topic. This is a little fun debate that I have for you guys instead of trivia this week.
Okay.
So I saw this on Twitter once. I thought it'd be fun to ask. Who is the better motivational speaker?
Oh boy.
Optimus Prime or Captain America?
Optimus Prime
Optimus
and 5.
Prime.
Optimus Prime.
Optimus Prime.
Give me Cap.
Oh my God.
Prime is cool. Prime don't take his own damn advice. Prime, I watched that new. You watch that new Transformers movie? Prime was an asshole, bro.
Okay.
Prime was a better lead than he was.
That don't mean you don't do good speeches.
Yeah.
He
Speech
could
is
give
cool.
speeches.
Captain America does good speeches too.
It's like Prime could do a speech that like convinced me to fight 10 dudes. I'ma still get beat up, but like he convinced me to go
Cap
do
the same
it.
thing. Cap got people go time travel.
Nah, bro.
Nah,
Optimus.
Cap got Iron Man to
No.
go time travel for some shit he didn't even
Ain't-
do.
ain't-
Cap
He
is,
had
gonna,
his family.
Cap is gonna do a speech, then he gonna go beat up the dudes for me. It's a whole
Yeah.
a whole different thing.
Look, bro. Optimus had me wanting to stand up in the theater and fight Decepticons. Each time I watch any of them
In
Transformers
Chicago
movies,
and Egypt,
Like,
Bro,
wherever.
I'm just going. Cap was able to get Iron Man to say, "I'm gonna come back over here and help y'all bring everybody back, even though it might cost me my life. Even though I have all my family and everything I need,
Man, he
I'm gonna go
wasn't-
back."
He wasn't sacrificing shit.
What do you mean? He died.
Actually,
he died.
okay, Optimus died.
actually, Tony did that for Peter. If we're gonna be real here, because Tony found that picture of Peter and was like, you know what? Let me just see if I could do it hypothetically.
Yeah.
Okay, but he risked it all.
But
Cap was the one
Nah.
that started off the
No,
conversation.
let's be honest. Let's be honest here. Because
Cap was when the world went to shit and everybody was fucking blipped away. Cap wasn't there doing therapy meetings with people, still trying to be a good guy and trying to tell people, "Hey, y'all, these guys keep
That's
on trying
because
to
he
find a
didn't
way to
have a
live."
9 to 5.
You know what?
What
You
else
know-
was he
yeah,
gonna do?
I know,
There was no
right?
Hey,
world
nobody
of
had work
threats.
anyway. There was no fucking money. Everybody was working. Everybody was chill, trying to
Nah.
get used to this shit.
Javante. I am Optimus
I
Prime.
mean, come on, bro. You can't beat that Peter Collins.
Okay, now we're using voices.
I mean, I'm just saying that the motivational
bro,
speaker,
I
bro.
a movie. I moved.
Which one are you actually going to listen to?
Yeah, when he was getting, look, I'm more about. I'll listen to Bumblebee before I listen to
Fuck,
Prime.
man. Fuck.
All right,
Okay.
Bumblebee already talked.
You know, this will end it right here. H Transformers movie. Optimus Prime giving the speeches. Who taking care of business at the end of the movie? Who's the one finishing off the villain?
Oh, last my check, he was
Optimus.
saying,
Optimus
please.
always
No.
bodied.
Who's
He's
that one
always
dude-
taking
who's
care.
that one dude
He's
that he thought
always,
was- hold on.
he's always taking them out.
Who's this one dude that he was getting his ass up by? Please stop, please, and Becky trying to come save his ass.
Okay, that was Sentinel, but still, that's a
He was
different
getting
story.
his ass
Look,
whooped.
Optimus always taking on the number
He always
one
getting
villain.
saved. Even in part 2, he got saved to be brought back to life.
Cat be always giving these speeches.
Captain Go Thanos
Who
1-1.
be destroyed? Who killed Thanos? It was Iron Man.
Hold on, no, he fought Thanos 1-1 that Avengers Infinity War.
Who faced off against Loki at the end? It wasn't Cap. It was the whole team.
They ain't his villain anyway.
Who faced off against Ultron at the end of Age of
Bro,
Ultron?
you like Optimus Prime behind?
It was the whole
Let's be-
team.
Okay,
Optimus
hold on.
single-handedly
No,
be going
no,
in.
let me be fair.
Hey,
In that movie,
that's a little unfair though, to be honest.
let's be fair. Hold on.
They're a team.
Let's be fair. Also,
that.
Optimus, there's like 3 Autobots.
in the movies, who put the most work? Bumblebee putting the most work in. It'd be Bumblebee putting that work in.
Bullshit. Which movie you talking about?
Bumblebee took.
Boy, I know
Didn't
you.
Bumblebee take him 7 games. Bumblebee took
7 games?
Bumblebee took Optimus Prime to the limit, to his max. He was giving him the
Man,
works.
oh, wait,
Bumblebee's half
first
that
off-
man's height, giving that man all the business.
First off, we don't talk about the last night.
No, I'm
We
trying
don't
him to
talk-
give him that ass.
We don't talk about the
I
last
want the
night.
ass whooping
We
Bumblebee
don't talk
put on
about
his ass.
we don't talk about the last night.
Oh, now we don't talk about the
Look.
last night.
Darker the Moon.
I watched Megatron whoop his ass. too.
Darker the Moon.
Look,
When Sam said Optimus,
and who
and,
saved his ass?
and Optimus came flying in,
Okay.
bodying Decepticon by Decepticon on that fucking
Hey, kid,
bridge.
Ask him who had to bring him back to life, though. Who brought Optimus back to life?
Okay,
Who had to save his life?
man.
I mean, look, come on. At the end of the first Transformers, I mean,
I think he got his ass whooped.
no, at the end when he gives the speech, he's like, To all the remaining Autobots
That's the
out
music.
there.
That's the damn music. Don't use that. That's the music that makes that.
Nah,
Optimus,
it's
bro.
speech.
The music makes the
Fuck that.
scene.
Optimus.
Speech.
Yeah, okay.
My
okay.
point is, bro, Optimus is the one. If when he says something, he's
You
gonna
listen.
do it. He's
Yeah.
he's people are gonna listen, but he's also gonna be the one that takes initiative
And Cap
does it.
And Cap was that guy. Even when he was a smaller guy, he was still that guy.
Listen,
even day one when he wasn't the
I
guy.
can end this argument. If you walked into a McDonald's, right, and there was two workers there, Optimus Prime and Captain America, and you walk in there and then they give you like a speech about what order you should get, who you gonna order, whose order you gonna go by.
Okay, let me use your terms. Optimus Prime's the guy that's all like 6-pack, ripped as fuck, barely probably doesn't eat here. While Captain America's the guy I definitely know eats here, but he's gonna still tell me what the best thing on the fucking menu is. So I'm going with Cap.
Javante, you are the hero of your own story. Order the Big Mac with no sauce.
Yeah, then,
But-
then it's gonna say like, all right, go, like
All I'm saying, bro, Optimus Prime has always been the guy. He's always been the guy. Captain America was a small, scrawny guy and still being that guy.
Wait a minute.
Look.
Wait.
What you about to say now?
A minute.
Questions are being asked.
Let me ask you this, Javante. Throughout the Transformers movies, was Optimus ever unworthy?
Yes.
No.
We mean in the last movie, he's
Was
unworthy.
Captain America and any of the Marvel movies ever unworthy?
Avengers Age of Ultron when he tried to flip the hammer.
So hiding a secret from Tony about who killed his parents and not telling him about it when he knew it was Bucky,
But he did. But okay, true.
and then ended up beating the crap out of Tony.
That doesn't mean you're not a good lead. I bet you're a better lead because you have flaws. You can admit you were wrong. He admitted he was wrong. He told Tony, "I'm sorry."
Yeah, Tony was just mad.
I never seen
Tony was.
I've
mad
never
that-
seen Optimus Prime admit he was wrong.
Tony was mad that his parents died, and Cap
He's a
jumped him
badass.
for it.
Hold on, that's perfect.
I
though.
ain't never seen Optimus jump his Autobots for some shit.
Really?
No.
I watched him beat Bumblebee's ass.
Oh, he was mind control. That's different.
I knew he was gonna say that.
That's different.
I knew he was gonna say that's,
That's
different.
different.
All I'm saying, bro, Captain America is that guy, bro.
Both of them are great.
They're both great.
They're both great.
But Captain America's the one that's gonna get me to do something.
But-
Captain America can relate to me. He's not the guy that's fucking. He's not the guy that's all like, oh, I've been that guy, but I'm trying to make you become this guy too.
Okay,
Look,
so
Cap's like on my level.
If I had both of them telling me to run through a brick wall, which one am I going to listen to? It's Optimus. Optimus will make me run through a brick
Deal.
wall.
Yeah, see, that's the
DeAndre.
difference. Cap's gonna run through the brick wall with me. He's gonna be like, I can do this all day with you. He's gonna run with me through the
Oh.
brick wall.
DeAndre.
Cap jumped on a fucking bomb.
I called Cap on that.
Hold on,
but
Cap
yes.
did jump on a bomb? He thought it was he didn't jump on a dead grenade in the first movie?
Okay.
As a scrawny little
And?
kid, he just jumped on a grenade. That means he's about that action. Captain America's actually about that action. Optimus Prime is over
Optimus
here.
ain't about that action
He just
either?
lead, he just calling barking
Bullshit.
orders.
what?
What?
Bro, Bumpy's the one really putting the work in.
Oh, stop it.
Doing all the missions, going to find shit, helping Sam. That's who
Listen,
Optimus was over here.
Why-
Optimus was
Bumblebee is
hold on,
employee of
hold
the
on,
month,
hold
man.
on.
I understand.
Optimus was over here fighting for his fucking life that second movie.
Bumblebee-
He was over here fighting in
Hey,
the forest for his
kid.
fucking life. Where were the Autobots at in the second movie when he was fighting for his life?
Kid, Bumblebee
Getting his ass jumped.
is running this,
Getting
running
his
the
ass
store.
jumped.
Optimus Prime sleep in the back. Bumblebee really run this shit.
Hey,
Optimus
but
Prime's getting paid
Optimus
more.
gonna go in the intercom and make a hell of a speech.
No,
What?
damn, you think go back and chill in the
It's
back
not
room.
about who's the better hero. It's all about if they give a speech, who you listening to.
Cap.
Optimus.
Because Cap is gonna go through the wall with me. He's about that life. I know where Cap's coming from. Cap was me
And
before he became
Optimus
that
isn't?
guy. Optimus always been a prime. He's never been a Bumblebee. He's always been a prime.
It's about status again.
It's about status again.
No, I'm gonna go do the dude that was on my level. When he was on my level, he was doing the same thing he's doing now that he's the guy. I'm following that man.
I'm sorry, Optimus is like a race of genetically modified robots. You really can't control that.
What if you didn't know his backstory? It was just a normal, like a speech.
I'll go with Cap.
No.
Because Cap lived by what he says. He lived by what he preach.
You're like Paul. You're like Ant-Man, just riding Captain America.
I know, he really is. Goddamn.
Man, I want to be.
So final poll here. It's 3-on-1,
It's
right?
Of course it is.
3-1.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know you got some Marvel haters. We got a little everything over here. I'm looking at Kitty. Look at you. Look at me.
Are there any alternate options that you would throw in there?
Michael Jordan.
Hell, I will quit on the team if it's Michael Jordan. I'm
Tom
quitting.
Brady.
Allen Iverson.
Hell no. Tom. I just can't.
Sorry, we ain't gonna be practicing though. Yeah, we ain't gonna be practicing.
You gonna be
We
practicing.
ain't gonna be
I was
practicing.
Make sure your ass at practice tomorrow. You ain't gonna be at practice. No, I think a sports figure I would name Larry Bird or Tom Brady. I'll follow those
I'm
guys.
trying to think of
You
like
follow
I'm
those
trying to think of like.
Drew Brees got some good. Drew Brees got a little like
Oh no, Drew Brees is the king of pregame
Drew Brees
huddles.
was nice.
I'll throw
He's
another.
the king of
I'll throw
pregame
another
huddles.
fictional character. Aslan, the Lion and Chronicle.
Oh, okay, yeah, the lion. Okay, the lion.
Yep,
Yeah,
Liam
okay,
Neeson. Hey, bro.
okay.
Look, he had them kids ready to fight a whole ass war for a damn world that they don't even live in. For real.
Well, they were from the world.
Okay, but still
Yeah. I mean,
What about Kingpin?
had little kids fighting his
King-
battle.
keep gonna make you do
Kingpin
one way or the
got
other. You know, you
Kingpin
gonna
got
get the fucking
toxic.
soul.
I mean, we said motivational speaker. We didn't say someone holding you hostage.
But I feel like he like when you're like on his side, you know what I'm saying? Like he'll because he's like a personalized person, so like he'll motivate you in a sense of like
Motivation by intimidation.
not. I don't think like think about Echo. Like I don't think it's like
He
even
treats her
like
nice
full
and
of.
shit.
I don't think it's like full of intimidation. I think he's good at like knowing your psyche, so he'll like motivate that. Like
What
go
about-
and kill those guys,
trying to
man.
think.
I'll go with Young Justice version of Nightwing. Or no, Aqualad. Young Justice Aqualad.
That's fair. He was actually a really good leader.
Really good leader.
Give me Cyclops, 97.
Oh,
97.
uh,
Oh,
That's
X Men. I was
Give me
thinking
Cyclops.
about DC. My fault.
See? There it is.
Rick
That's
Grimes.
Red Grimes.
Walking Dead. Rick Grimes.
All right, I like it.
That man will lead me through an apocalypse.
I
I'll
like
follow Negan.
Ooh, we would not be friends in the apocalypse.
Damn, that's
Just playing.
crazy.
I'm just playing.
Hey.
But I do like Negan's character though.
Hey, look, I'm gonna say this about Optimus though.
Oh, he was back on the Optimus.
No, I'm
He's
just
got-
gonna
he
say,
has
no, I'm just gonna say real quick. We have a nickname for him in the Michael Bay films. We call him War Crime Prime because that man was doing nothing but committing war crimes in the movies.
Yeah,
Guerrilla warfare,
bro. I'm telling you,
bro. Guerrilla on God.
over here talking about give me your face, like, bro, what? He was wild. He was out of pocket.
He said that shit after he was getting his shit by. He needed help.
I'm talking about the second movie. He was.
Oh yeah, after he got help, after he had to be brought back to life and use the other Prime's powers to be able to overpower Prime.
Okay.
Maybe not a leader, but like a true like I'm him. Like I would listen to this guy moment. The end of Scooby-Doo 2 Monsters Unleashed when the villain goes, "Who do you think you are?" And he goes, "Scooby, Dooby, Doo." And just, I would be like, you know what? I ride with that talking dog no matter what.
Oh, give me Aragorn too from Lord of the Rings. I ride with little Aragorn any day of the week. My dog.
Then I shall die as one of them. I know. Them brothers would probably look at each other like, "What the fuck is this conversation that's happening
Whoa,
right now?"
this man's
Whoa.
insane.
Yeah, I love Lord of the Rings, bro. I like
I
the Hobbit
know.
like that, but Lord of the Rings, I love
Underrated
Lord of the Rings.
franchise, bro.
Hell yeah. Legolas that guy, bro. Fucking
Can't
goat.
think of anyone else.
Guy, close it the fuck out, bro. We over here
Hey,
talking
bro.
about
Damn, you ain't say Obi-Wan, bro?
Hell, no, Obi-Wan, he couldn't even get his fucking Padawan right now.
Yeah,
I
nah.
know. I just want him to say it.
The Qui-Gon,
Hey,
Yoda.
Man,
You know what? Hey, Mace Windu. He told Anakin to take a seat. He took a seat.
that was intimidation. That was intimidation.
Wait. Low key Clone Wars version of Anakin. That was a man for the people. Clone Wars version of Anakin.
Not bad choice.
Yeah, I was gonna say
Yeah.
Anakin.
Yeah. Huh?
I was gonna say Anakin.
Yeah, or Anakin in general, like before he goes bad.
Not bad choice. It's, as he matured, yeah.
Yeah.
Matured,
Yeah, for sure.
Padme. Episode 1 gave that great speech.
Clone Wars Padme's like underrated.
Yeah. I like me some Padme. We can do this all day.
Maybe even
Like,
Prequel.
cat reference, we
Like-
can do this all day.
like prequel Obi-Wan.
Yeah, let us know your thoughts. Who is the better motivational speaker, Optimus
Yes.
Prime or Captain America? Be sure to let us know down below in the comments. It's Optimus. I'm him. That. He has the most I'm him moments in cinema.
So Cap did take out a whole army on the elevator?
He nice, but nah, he ain't Optimus.
Disrespect. okay.
Optimus is him.
Optimus, Captain America was literally about to fight Thanos by himself with no backup.
Tell me when
He was literally going to stand there by himself with no backup
Did
and fight
he
a whole
say
army.
a speech when he was doing that?
yeah.
Yes.
When was Cap
What
getting
was the speech?
Avengers. Assemble.
Oh bullshit. Anyway.
And
When-
that was a lit.
Hey, when was Cap getting
Alec,
when
back
was-
me on that. Avengers. Because think about every other movie was like Avengers and we never heard it. But then finally,
when was
No, that's a top
when was
5
Cap-
moment.
When was Cap getting bodied by 3 Decepticons in a forest?
Cap was getting by Thanos and still getting the fuck. He had a fucked up army. Turn that fucking shield up and said, "Let's go back to war."
See,
That's a real one.
Cap's more of like action.
That's why I said I'll follow him to war.
But if I need a
That's not a
speech,
speech.
but if I need a speech, like the question was asked, Optimus give the
I'm still riding
speeches.
Captain America, bro.
But you're right, Cap about that action, and he backs it up.
Even the
which-
speech.
I still feel
Tony,
like, I still feel
hold
like
on.
I would follow our Optimus Prime.
We'll do that together. If we lose, we'll do that together too. That's Captain America.
And I mean, in Endgame,
We did lose.
when Tony and
But we did
Thor,
together though.
when Tony and Thor defeated, and like it's Cap against the army, and he just like
And I never seen Cap change up, bro. Even when Tony Stark was giving him a handful for being wrong, he still said, "Hey, we can fix this." He was always positive. That's a good leader. I'm following his speech, and I'm following that guy's leader.
yeah, but Optimus
Cap all
just
day.
gives the better speeches.
Optimus ain't like that either. Okay.
Yeah.
3-1. It's all good. Though. You know how to roll.
Yeah.
You know it's biased. I got Kevin Feige out back ready to.
Don't forget Rebel Moon coming out soon.
Rebel Moon. We haven't said Rebel Moon.
December 22nd.
They got some. I'm sure they got some great leaders in Rebel Moon. December 22nd. Zack Snyder.
Don't forget to watch that trailer.
Yeah.
Which you can stream exclusively, not on our page.
Yes.
Just look it up.
Yeah, we're trying to get that Rebel Moon sponsor.
We might need to come on here and review that. We might need to review it on here live with y'all.
Yeah, we might need to.
We might need to hop on here with y'all and
Sure.
review it.
Love to.
10
I'm
out
gonna
of
keep that
10.
buck.
Yeah.
By that time, the Zack Snyder money might not be coming in no more. Or we got the second one coming out.
Second one's coming
I'll
out.
make sure that I have the
I'm-
hoodies
I'm-
ready for you. When
Have
you
the,
walk
have the
in.
shirts, hoodies, hats.
I just got a premonition. 10 out of 10. It's
10
gonna
out
be a
of
10
10.
out of 10 movie.
Ben Aquaman,
10 out of 10.
best movie this year.
Yes.
Yes, 10 out of 10.
That's what
yeah.
Zach that's what
Yes.
Zach says.
10 out of
Oh, let me
10.
ask you a quick question before we get out of here. What has been y'all movie? Have y'all had a movie like what y'all think the best movie y'all seen this year? You had to pick
Shit.
one.
Oh,
There's
that's
a rating
hard.
right now. We can talk about that at the end of the year when it's time. I'm
That's
just curious.
hard.
Best movie this year.
Just ask me when Rebel Moon comes out.
I love it. No bias at all.
Because I'm trying to think. Because some movies.
I think I go Mario right now.
Mario.
I think
really?
I
I
gotta
like
I gotta
Mario.
go Oppenheimer.
Oppenheimer.
You know, that's actually, yeah, I would probably say.
I think
Okay.
Mario was good. Like if you were like a fan of it.
I really enjoy it. I thought I touched on. I think for a video game movie, they did a great job of touching on everything Mario. Even Chris Pratt wasn't that bad.
Shoot.
There was another video game movie that came out this year, wasn't it?
Freddy.
Oh yeah, Finance Afraid. And you guys, they're making a Zelda movie now too. I'm like, okay.
Spider-Verse.
Spider-Verse did come out.
Spider-Verse came
is
out.
Tough. That's gonna be tough. I'm curious to make my top 10 list. I'm gonna make
Guardians.
our top 10 list.
Yeah.
Guardians.
Guardians up there too. I like Guardians a lot. There's a lot of good movies. Hey, what about Blue Beetle?
It's a good movie.
It's a good movie.
It's top 10 for you?
Hey, you don't see when
Top 10,
you don't see
yeah.
when they
I
make
would
that
say
top
so.
10.
Okay, we'll see
movie
when we make
list.
the top 10 list.
Ninja Turtles, that was a good one too.
Yeah, I don't know if that
I
make
like
top
that
10 though. That might be right outside the top 10.
That's gonna be interesting.
Barbie.
We'll see what. No, that ain't making my top 10.
John Wick Chapter 4.
John Wick was fire.
John Wick was fire. Indeed.
We'll see. Rebel Moon might be up in there. Rebel Moon might be number 2. We'll see what Zack Snyder sends my hoodies and my goodies.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
I'd probably say Oppenheimer.
Yeah.
Oppenheimer's number one.
Oh.
Make sure you send
Oppenheimer.
that, make sure you send that check too, right? Zach.
He's just sending merchandise for
Oh, we ain't
you.
get no checks?
Just for
Just
you,
you get
specifically.
Oh, I get merch.
Everybody else is getting a check, but
Oh,
just for
really?
you
Hey.
specifically.
Hey, Zach, it's like that, brother.
He remembers the DC comments you said.
Yeah.
Hey, but I was just being honest with you. See, you want these yes men. I'm just keeping it a buck, which
No,
I love Sucker Punch, though.
It's not yes man. He loves the men that see the vision.
I
Yeah,
love Sucker
see the
Punch.
vision.
He doesn't
I
like-
love Sucker Punch.
He doesn't like Yes Man.
Like-
Yes
like-
Man. He likes Watchmen.
He likes watching.
Like
like
if,
Watchmen
if we
too.
would have saw like a iffy trailer, we would be like, we'll hit him up and be like, hey man, we didn't think about this part, but hey, the trailer was a 10 out of 10, so we can't say nothing.
These boys out here wild. All right,
That's be the
Zach.
next
Well, I'll
race.
take my merch,
That's
bro.
the greatest Star Wars franchise right here.
Star
Seen it?
who?
You seen that?
Might top it, man.
Look at Star Wars lightsaber and look at what he cooking.
Hey, y'all talking about Carrot B on the Marble Ray. You see this? They on
Hey,
this
you
new
gonna
wave.
see. You gonna see when.
Hey, we'll see. Let's see if Alex has been Obi-Wan Kenobi when it comes out.
Hello there.
you gonna see when they
Let's see
drop.
how he feels.
They're gonna drop the movies, the video games, everything.
Obi-Wan?
Okay.
Oh,
All right, close our asses out, bro. We
All
gonna
right,
keep talking.
yeah, we gotta
Let's
get
go
home.
forever.
This shit running late. But yeah, let us know your thoughts on the following topics. Also, if you guys have any topics that you want us to cover, go over. Be sure to comment down below in the comments section. But yeah, hope you enjoyed this CBM talk with me, Javante, Alec, and Kenneth. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Be sure to tune in next time.
Happy Thanksgiving, everybody. Love y'all. Take care. Be safe out there. Have a great time. This video will probably be up sometime next week. Don't know, but we love y'all. Appreciate y'all. Thank you, Kenneth. Thank you, Alec, for coming on. We'll have more content with these guys if the Kevin Feige, the stuff don't go down. We might have to get rid of these guys, but much love to them.
I've been on your
We'll be
side
back
like
soon.
in all these
And
topics.
it's like you're trying to change up, trying to stay on that middle ground now. You trying to be like Switzerland. I don't know if I like that.
So ever since you saw that Rebel
Sweet.
Moon trailer,
Yeah,
man.
Rebel Moon, December 22nd.
Yeah, remember-
It's in theaters too, right?
Nah,
No, just on Netflix. Just on
Yeah,
Netflix.
just on
That's
Netflix.
right.
Hey,
man.
I read the email wrong. I'm
Netflix bought
sorry.
that exclusive.
Read the email
rights.
wrong. Sorry.
Exclusive.
Netflix exclusive, yeah.
May the force be with you.
Peace. Deuces, guys.